Alrighty, folks, Anthony Taylor here live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio. We're going to go ahead and get a jump on our severe weather coverage as we do have warnings extending now into our extended coverage area that will soon be bleeding into our area as new warnings are issued. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. If you're tuning in, we're under a tornado watch until 10 p.m. and we have several clusters of storms that are now moving our direction. Most notably right now would be this severe warning storm northeast of Murfreesboro near Las Casas. This storm has a history of producing baseball-sized hail back in Williamson County. It's now producing ping-pong ball-sized hail and is moving in the general direction of Smithville. So Smithville, Liberty, Alexandria, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new warning here soon. This is a supercell storm. It has shown signs of rotation at times. And we're actually going to take a look at that right now. It is broadly rotating a little bit, so we'll see if the Weather Service decides to issue a tornado warning on this. This would be the area of interest right in here as this moves towards the east and northeast. So this will be, again, moving towards Smithville with time. In fact, we can take a look at this from the Short Mountain Tower campsite located in Cannon County. We have a view of this storm from there, from that vantage point. And we'll see if I can maybe turn this camera a bit more to get a better picture of this storm as it heads this way. It's actually going to be moving right over this camera site, or very near it anyway, so we're going to move this around just a little bit to get a better view of this thing. But again, no active warnings in our immediate coverage area. Oh, a little too fast, a little too fast. All right, that should give us a pretty good view of the storm as it moves this way. So there's your storm right there. And again, this is moving in the general direction of Smithville with time. Smithville, you're not in a warning right now, but you could be added to one here soon. So stand by for that. In fact, the Weather Service has actually mentioned that a new severe thunderstorm warning is coming. So we'll go back to radar again. You'll see a new severe thunderstorm warning forthcoming. I imagine DeKalb County will be included. We have another storm up here, cluster of storms. Including northern Davidson County over into Sumner County. There's your severe thunderstorm warning there. New severe thunderstorm warning just issued for this storm. Weather Service has a considerable damage tag on this. It does include Smithville, does include Liberty, and as well as parts of Center Hill Lake. This severe thunderstorm warning is a long duration warning. It will be in effect until 6:45 p.m. And again, golf ball size hail and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour are possible with this storm as it moves towards Smithville. So that's our first severe thunderstorm warning in our immediate viewing area. We have storms extending now into western Smith County. These are just producing rain and a little bit of lightning, with a light rain extending up into Clay County. Not worried about that right now. And again, we have this severe storm cluster back to the west. Northwest of us, moving through Cheatham County now, about to move into northern Davidson County, extending up into Robertson County, soon to move into Sumner County. So we'll watch that activity. It'll be moving towards Hartsville and Lafayette with time. Tornado warning storm back for the Christiana area of southern Rutherford County. This is radar indicated rotation. A little bit messy here. We'll look at it from the velocity view. I am seeing a little bit of rotation with this storm. So we'll keep an eye on that as it tracks towards Cannon and eventually Warren County. This storm here approaching southern Cannon County looks like it might be trying to rotate a little bit. Well, I take that back. That's not co-located with the, never mind. I saw a little rotation there in the last view, but it's not co-located with the reflectivity. So not worried about that. This is really the storm I'm most concerned about right now as it's imminent. Again, heavy rain now extending up into southern Smith County, but it's this portion of this storm right here, just to the southeast of Las Casas, extending up to near Milton along Highway 96, riding along the Wilson County, Rutherford County line, soon to move into Auburntown. This is the storm that we're most concerned with right now. Again, golf ball size hail possible with this storm, and this storm does have a history of producing hail. Let that latest scan load in. I also am a little bit worried about this notch we're seeing here as this is rotating a bit, at least broadly rotating. It's not tight, but we'll have to watch that very closely in case we get a tornado spin up from this storm. There's enough activity around it to hopefully choke off some of that energy needed to get this really going, but we'll have to wait and see. as it continues to move towards the east. So we're going to look again at our camera view from Short Mountain. And we may be live on the radio. I'm going to confirm that. We will be live on the radio. I'm confirming. So I'm going to confirm that we are on the radio. So I'm trying to text at the same time. Okay, so once I have confirmation, I'll let y'all know, but we will be live this evening on 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 The Hub. So, or excuse me, 107.7 Grace FM, formerly The Hub. We'll be live on those stations. So if you were to lose power and you don't have cell service, those are ways you can hear us on the radio. So those are the stations you can hear us on. I know 94.7 carries across pretty much the entirety of our viewing area at least. So you'll have a good opportunity there to listen to us if you were to lose power. Really looking closely at this Short Mountain camera. We have a really good view of this storm. And I'm going to zoom in a bit here and just see if we can get a better view of this thing as it approaches. Again, there's your storm right there. Quickly approaching this tower campsite located in northern Cannon County. So we're going to watch this and keep an eye on this as it moves closer. Just going to keep a very close eye on this storm from that Short Mountain Tower campsite. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning that we're looking at here. This includes southern Wilson County, northern Cannon County, northeastern Rutherford County, and then most of DeKalb County, including Liberty and Smithville. This also includes a portion of Center Hill Lake. And this severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 6:45 p.m. and is for the potential of golf ball size hail and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. The storm is about to roll through Auburn Town. It's on top of Auburn Town right now, actually. And we are watching some broad rotation with this. This isn't tornado warned, but we are watching in case this does try to spin something up. The storm has a history of producing baseball-sized hail back in Williamson County. And again, we are currently warned for the potential of golf ball-sized hail. Your hail is located between Milton and Auburn Town right now, and this is moving directly towards Smithville. So Smithville, if you're in the Smithville area, you have just a little bit of time to get the car into the garage. If you have a garage or carport, pretty big hailstorm moving your way. So just a heads up that we are, again, watching for that potential there. We definitely see the hail core on radar. With that, again, that potential for golf ball size hail. It's pretty significant hail and can definitely do a little bit of damage, can put some dings in your vehicle. You don't want to get hit in the head by that either. That could definitely injure you, seriously injure you if that were to hit you in the head. That is moving towards Liberty, though. It'll be moving towards Snows Hill. Let's go back to our tower cam view again from Short Mountain as we continue to watch this storm approach. Going to zoom in a bit here just to scan the sky to see if we can see anything of interest here, any sort of lowering with this storm. Again, we have a very good view of this thing as it approaches this tower campsite. So we're going to keep a close eye on this thing again as it moves towards northern Cannon County. Again, we will be live on the radio as needed tonight. 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM. I've not yet received confirmation if we're live on the radio yet, but I'll relay that as soon as I know. Obviously, I can't hear myself. Still watching this storm very closely, though. We're going to zoom in on this a bit. This is the same cell we're watching, about to move into northern Cannon County. This is, again, moving towards Smithville. We're just looking for any signs of a lowering, as this is showing signs of at least some broad rotation aloft. And we do have a bit of a hook showing up on radar, so we're going to watch this view very closely, just in case anything were to form here with this storm. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. It is not currently tornado warned. We're right now looking at the potential for damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour and golf ball size hail moving into DeKalb County. So if you're in between Liberty and Smithville, or points south of there, again, this storm is moving your way. Severe thunderstorm warning continues until 6:45 p.m. And what we're looking at right now is a live view from Cannon County. This is on Short Mountain. This is north of Woodbury. And we're going to watch the storm as it approaches, because we, again, have a very good view of this thing. We're looking for any signs of a lowering, just anything suspicious that could be indicative of a potential spin up within this storm. Not seeing anything right now. Again, we're moving the camera around. There is obviously a mountain here we have to look around too. In fact, tornado warning has been issued. So new tornado warning for this exact storm that we're watching. Actually, not this storm. I take that back. This is actually for a different cell coming out of Coffee County, moving towards McMinnville. So excuse me for that confusion there. So this tornado warning is not for the storm that we're watching now. It's actually for a storm northwest of Manchester. This tornado warning does include the city of McMinnville and the town of Morrison. So you need to be heading to your tornado safe spot right now. We will show you radar in just a moment. This is still in northwestern Coffee County, so I want to stay with this storm here, though, approaching northern Cannon County. It's right over top of Auburntown right now, and the area of interest that we're looking at, just for any signs of spin up or anything with this storm. We do have some rotation occurring with this thing, and we want to make sure we catch it live, obviously, if anything were to form with this storm. We're going to move the camera out just a little bit, see what we can see here. As the storm approaches. Right in there is what we're watching, though. I see some scud. And again, we're going to move the camera around as we watch this thing live. This is probably our best tower cam that we have. It's got an optical zoom on it, so we can zoom in super far. And that's a heck of a view right there of this storm. So we're going to stay on this a bit longer. Again, as this approaches this tower cam site, because we definitely don't want to miss anything if anything were to form here. On the velocity view, I'm looking at radar right now. The storm is still broadly rotating. It's not all that tight. But that being said, we could potentially get a spin up with this. It's not tornado warned. The storm we're watching, though, again, is moving into DeKalb County here very soon. So western areas of DeKalb County, this will be to you within the next probably 10 to 15 minutes. Seeing a lot of lightning with this storm. Torrential rain. And again, we're just looking for any signs of a spin up. I'm monitoring the Weather Service chat. They have not said anything new about this. But we're going to continue to watch this, though, again, as it moves this direction. Again, I'm just moving the camera around, make sure we're not missing anything here. So that's why we're looking at this particular tower cam. I know many of you in the chat may be asking about different areas. But right now, this storm obviously has our attention because we have a very good view of it from our tower cam site here, again in northern Cannon County. but we will soon see this move overhead. Real quick, I do want to show you radar because we do have that tornado warning that's just been issued. So we're going to switch over to that. I have been informed we are now live on the radio, so you can listen to us on 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM. So if you were to lose power, let's say you live in a dead zone without any cell service, of course the NOAA weather radio transmitters are down today due to maintenance at the weather service, so you do have that backup option on the radio. You can listen to my voice on the radio as these storms roll through this evening while we do our live coverage here. So we're very thankful to Cookeville Communications for being a partner with ours, being a partner of ours, and allowing us to have that simulcast option. So we're going to do the best we can to be descriptive. Obviously, if you're listening on the radio, you're not able to see our live feed here that we're showing you on our social media platforms and YouTube. So we're going to be very descriptive here. What we're looking at, again, is a storm in northern Cannon County that is moving into DeKalb County. It is severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:45 p.m. This is for all of DeKalb County for the most part. This is for the potential of golf ball size hail and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. We have a tower cam located in northern Cannon County. We're looking at this storm directly right now for any signs of a lowering with this. The velocity view on radar does show signs of some rotation here, at least some broad rotation. So far, I don't see a tornado with this. It is a very ominous looking storm, though. We do see a wall cloud with this, and we're keeping a very close eye on it in case anything were to spin up. But real quickly, I'm going to shift gears here and look at radar. We will go back to that storm momentarily. We do have a tornado warning. This is for central and southern portions of Warren County. This includes the community of Morrison, areas along Highway 55 up to McMinnville. This is radar indicated rotation. Ping pong ball size hail is also possible with this storm. The possible tornado, again, radar indicated rotation, is located over the community of Noah and will be moving across Highway 53 in northern Warren County, or excuse me, northern Coffee County. And again, this is moving, going to be moving along Highway 55 into southern and central areas of Warren County, again moving towards McMinnville. This storm is moving towards the east at about 35 miles per hour. Again, radar indicated rotation, but we are watching this storm very closely. There's not a whole lot of activity south of this to inhibit that transport of energy to this storm, so this will definitely be one to watch, again, as it moves into Warren County. So that is your tornado warning, again, in effect until 6:30 p.m. And again, that includes the city of McMinnville. So you need to be getting to your tornado safe spot right now if you're in McMinnville or points west of there, down into Morrison. Again, we're still watching this storm here. Is now tornado warned. Let's quickly go back to our Short Mountain camera. Quickly go back to Short Mountain as we watch this storm move overhead. A big old rain curtain is now taking hold of our tower cam site here in Short Mountain. So pretty soon we're not going to really be able to see anything. This is a very intense storm moving overhead. Winds are picking up quite a bit. We're now up to 20 miles per hour being detected by our wind instrumentation at our Short Mountain tower cam site. You can see the trees there really beginning to sway around. Again, this and actually this tornado warning does include this camera site, but it's actually not for this circulation. It's for another circulation developing near Christiana in southern Rutherford County. So that's now twice we've had other circulations prompt tornado warnings that actually aren't this storm. Still watching this on the tower cam, though. Still a pretty intense storm moving overhead here. I will say on the velocity view that rotation is a little bit more broad now. So hopefully that will not produce a tornado, but still some strong winds. And again, that potential for hail up to golf ball size and diameter now moving into Smithville. So we're going to turn off this tower cam view here in just a second because I don't think we're going to have a tornado with this embedded. And we're instead going to focus on these other tornado warned storms to the south. We'll stay on this just a moment longer. Right now, winds being estimated at our Short Mountain site at 20 miles per hour. Could be a bit stronger than this. Again, you see the trees really swaying in the wind there. The storm again is moving into DeKalb County. So southwestern portions of DeKalb County, the storm will be moving into your area. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, again in effect until 6:45 p.m. for the potential of golf ball size hail and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Again, you can see the storm as it now moves on the Short Mountain. Not as worried now about a potential tornado with this. Again, it's not tornado warned, but we have seen some rotation with it. But at this time, I'm not as concerned about that. So let's go back to radar and talk about these tornado warnings we do have in effect right now. This newest tornado warning, again, near Christiana is where your rotation is located, moving towards Bradyville, southwestern Cannon County. Again, this is a tornado warning in effect for southeastern Rutherford County and central Cannon County. This tornado warning is in effect until 6:30 p.m. and this is radar indicated rotation. Golf ball size hail also possible with this storm. And again, our other tornado warning here for this storm moving into northern Coffee County. This tornado warning also in effect until 6:30 p.m. This storm is moving towards the city of McMinnville. And again, we have radar indicated rotation with this one as well. So to recap, we have 2 tornado warnings in effect. Part of our extended and immediate viewing areas here. So the Woodbury area, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. And you also have the tornado warning for McMinnville. You need to be in your tornado safe spot as well. So again, both of these areas, Woodbury and McMinnville and points west of there, both of y'all are under tornado warnings until 6:30 p.m. with radar indicated rotation. And y'all need to be again in your tornado safe spot now. I'll show this on screen, tornado sheltering guidelines here. If you're in a mobile home, you need to abandon that, or if you're in a vehicle, you need to get to the nearest substantial structure. Take shelter in the lowest level of a sturdy structure. That's a basement or a storm shelter if you have one. If not, a closet, hallway, or bathroom. Any sort of interior room on the lowest level of a sturdy structure. Again, that's where you want to go. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Just some other guidance here. If you have helmets, put them on, a bicycle helmet, especially your kids' baseball helmet, whatever the case may be. Wear shoes. You know, just in case your house were to be hit, you want to be wearing shoes because you don't want to step on debris. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but again, it's just a precaution. If you have a mattress or some other substantial object you can surround yourself with, that's also very much advisable in case there were to be flying debris. You want to protect yourself as much as you possibly can. But again, those are your guidelines there. And your 2 tornado warnings. Again, to recap, southeastern Rutherford County on into central and southern Cannon County. And then your other tornado warning is for really northern Coffee County on into Warren County, including the city of McMinnville. And both of these warnings are in effect until 6:30 p.m. And we also are watching for the potential of ping pong to golf ball size hail with these storms. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning here. This is for the city of Smithville, includes Liberty, Center Hill Lake, some other communities impacted, Blue Springs, Watkins, Liberty, Dowtown, Temperance Hall. And this is a severe storm moving into your area. Damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And golf ball size hail are possible with this storm as it continues to move towards the east. So just a heads up, if you're in Cookeville, if you're in Sparta, this storm cluster is all moving your direction. You're not under a warning right now, but just a heads up, you do have some pretty nasty storms heading your way that do have a history of being severe. So just FYI, we want to be on guard if you're in those areas. We have additional storm activity extending up into Smith County, on up into Gainesboro. This is not severe, just some heavy rain and a bit of lightning. Nothing to worry about right now. We'll keep an eye on this. Another severe thunderstorm warning back for the Gallatin area. This storm cluster will be moving towards Lafayette and Hartsville and northern portions of Smith County within the next 30 minutes. So just a heads up for y'all. Again, a severe storm moving your way. Not warned for y'all yet. Not warned for Trousdale, Macon, or Smith yet, but it likely will be at some point soon. So again, heads up for y'all. Back to the west, we have additional storm activity extending near Nashville back into Centerville. It's Hickman County. That is severe warned right now. But the only tornado warnings at the moment are these 2 cells, this one approaching Woodbury and this one approaching McMinnville. Both are showing signs of rotation. At least some broad rotation here east of Christiana, approaching Bradyville and southwestern Cannon County. And this other cell here, north of Manchester, we'll look at this from the High Top, Alabama radar site, near New Union along Highway 53 up towards Pocahontas, and this is moving towards McMinnville. So Morrison, McMinnville, areas along Highway 55, Oldwell Crossing, Lawson Mills, Smart, Crisp Spring, Mount Zion, Vervilla, Viola, all these communities I'm calling out here in southern and western Warren County. You need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. This is radar indicated rotation heading your way. Again, another tornado warning storm here, southeastern Rutherford County, moving towards Bradyville, Sheboygan, Iconium, Blue Wing, Sunny Slope, and of course Woodbury, Sugar Tree Knob, Parker Hill, Cateston, and Curley, all in Cannon County. You need to be in your tornado safe spot as well with that radar indicated rotation heading your direction. Looking at the Weather Service chat, I don't see any new information on these two tornado warnings, but we're going to continue to, again, monitor the NWS chat as we go through the evening. So we have three different individual cells we're watching here very closely. This one now moving into western DeKalb County. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:45 p.m. Again, for that potential of golf ball size hail. Your hail core not as large as it was before. It's now moving into western DeKalb County near Gassaway, and this is moving towards Smithville. Crossroads, you're in the path of this as well, Snows Hill. So we may have at least some nickel to quarter size hail with this. I'm not seeing that indicator of golf ball size hail anymore, so that's a good sign, but this is still a very strong storm regardless. So take it seriously again as this moves into Smithville. Again, this is your severe thunderstorm warning in effect again until 6:45 p.m. This includes a good chunk of DeKalb County. Let's go to our Smithville Tower cam. We have one right there on the square, and we'll give this a second to load the latest image right now from Smithville. It's starting to rain heavily in Smithville. Strongest portion of this storm is still back to your west. So we're going to take a live view of this again from Smithville. Not seeing a whole lot right now. Let's go to our other camera in Smithville. This is located at the EMA, and we'll give that a second to load. Tell you what, let's shift gears. Let's go to Snows Hill. Snows Hill, this is northwest of Smithville. Look at that camera view right now and take a look at what's happening there. Again, you can see the heavy storm is now on top of you, and this is again continuing to move towards the east. So areas downstream from this, White County, southern portions of Putnam County, Baxter, Cookeville, and point south to Sparta, you're next in line for this storm. So again, we're going to keep a close eye on this as it continues to move towards the east. Again, we're looking at a live view right now from Snows Hill. This is just northwest of Smithville as the storm continues to move towards the east. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. I want to go back and look at these tornado warn cells. Again, we have tornado warnings in effect for southeastern Rutherford County and central and southern Cannon County, as well as central and northern Coffee County on into southwestern and central Warren County, including the city of McMinnville. So Woodbury and McMinnville, you're both under tornado warnings right now. As we pull this back up on radar, I'll show you this. Again, there's your pair of tornado warnings right there. Your possible tornado here in northern Coffee County is about to pass through Mud Creek and Shady Grove, moving towards the community of Morrison in Warren County. This will be riding up Highway 55 on towards McMinnville. So you need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot now. That's the lowest level of a sturdy structure. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible with that tornado warning. And your other tornado warning, your circulation now about to move toward is moving towards Bradyville in southwestern Cannon County. This will be passing near Woodbury, Iconium, Red Hill, all these communities I'm listing here. You need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot right now. If you're anywhere in Cannon County from Woodbury and point south, again, radar indicated rotation that we're looking at here. Again, moving into Bradyville with another area of rotation moving towards Morrison in western Warren County. And again, these are both tornado warnings in effect until 6:30 p.m. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning farther north Looks like we have a couple areas of possible rotation here as well. Maybe one embedded circulation near Temperance Hall, and another one approaching Smithville just west of Crossroads. So we'll have to keep an eye on those as well as those move along. As we could get a brief spin up. It's possible we could get a brief spin up within these storms that doesn't get a tornado warning just because of how quickly it develops. So I want to point that out as well. So just a very active picture here. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued. This includes much of Wilson County on into Trousdale County, including Hartsville. So Hartsville, Shady Grove, Providence, Barthalia, Antioch, areas along Highway 231 south of Payne Store, there at the crossroads of 231 and 25. Y'all are included in the severe thunderstorm warning for the potential of damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. This warning extends down into Wilson County, so Lebanon, you are included in this. It's a very large severe thunderstorm warning that extends from Lebanon down to Murfreesboro and points west back to Franklin and Nashville. So if we have anybody watching or listening back that way, there is a very strong storm moving your way. It is severe warn. Again, very intense storm moving your way if you're in Lebanon down to Murfreesboro and points west. So we have 4 different storm areas we're watching right now that are currently warned. Our biggest focus, again, is on these pair of tornado warnings that we have. This cell, again, moving into Morrison right now, moving along Highway 55. This is going to be moving up towards McMinnville or point south. So if you're anywhere in Warren County in the McMinnville area, or if you're south of there towards Irving College, Viola, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. We don't have confirmation of a tornado with this. It does remain radar indicated, but that being said, we want you to be in your tornado safe spot. It's about to be right over top of Morrison, and again, this is moving towards McMinnville, that general area. So again, be in your tornado safe spot now. Have this other cell here farther to the northwest. The circulation, again, moving into Bradyville right now in southern Camden County. This will be crossing Highway 53 here in the next 10 minutes or so, moving towards Iconium and Blue Wing. This will ultimately cross Highway 70 south and will eventually move into northwestern Warren County and maybe right along the Warren County to DeKalb County line. Y'all are not warned for this right now, but just a heads up, this is moving your direction if it holds together as we see it right now. And still have this cell again farther north in DeKalb County, still severe warn. Seeing a little bit of a rotation near Temperance Hall, moving towards Silver Point, but it is not tight enough, I don't think, to warrant a tornado warning being issued for that, but it's something we'll keep an eye on. But very heavy duty storm here from Smithville back up to Liberty, extending now up into Center Hill Lake. And all the storm activity is now moving into Putnam County. So let's take a look at our Baxter Tower cam. We'll take a look at it real quick. It's now raining in well, actually it's raining lightly in Baxter, but the heavier storm is now still back to your west and southwest, but this is moving your direction. Same for Cookeville. Y'all are not included in a warning right now, but just a heads up, you've got strong storms back to your west. You could get a warning here soon for this activity. So again, that's your live view right now from Baxter. Let's go back to our Smithville camera, downtown Smithville on the square. And we'll take a look at the live view right now from Smithville at this storm. Again, as it moves overhead, this live view is a little bit delayed. There we go. There's the current view right now. Winds at the moment are not too strong. We're seeing variable winds between 10 to 20 miles per hour as this moves overhead. The strongest portion of the storm is a bit north of Smithville, extending up to Snows Hill and points north towards Temperance Hall. And this is moving into, this will soon be moving into southern portions of Putnam County along the Putnam County-White County line. You're not warned for this right now if you're in that area, but just a heads up, this is moving your direction. Cookeville, you'll be getting storm activity within the next 30 minutes from this same cluster as well. But we want to refocus again on these tornado-warned storms as, again, they move along here. So we're going to pull radar back up again if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook right now or X. Again, a couple different areas we're watching right now. This one near Bradyville and this one near Morrison. Each of these are moving towards the east-northeast. So the areas I'm highlighting now, from Woodbury and points south along Highway 53 up to Highway 70 south in Cannon County. And then Morrison, this storm will ride up towards McMinnville. So if you're in either of those areas, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. If you're just now tuning in, again, we have several warnings in effect already. We went live with coverage less than 30 minutes ago, and already we have a very active situation unfolding with multiple warnings in effect. We have 3 different clusters of storms here, one in and around Smithville and points north into southeastern Smith County, with very heavy rain falling in Buffalo Valley and Lancaster, and all that activity is moving towards Cookeville. We have another heavy storm here in Bradyville, between Bradyville and Woodbury, with a potential tornado circulation being detected by radar here, about to move across central and southern portions of Cannon County. And then another tornado warned storm farther south, now crossing into southwestern Warren County into Morrison, about to ride up Highway 55 right towards the city of McMinnville. So if you're in any of those areas I just called out, especially in the tornado warned areas, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. That's the lowest level of a sturdy structure. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible as these storms move your way. But we're going to zoom out radar again. We're taking the whole picture here if you're watching. If you're listening to us, we are live right now on 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM. Very thankful to Cookeville Communications for our partnership, allowing us to simulcast our coverage on the radio. I have had many people ask me today, with the NOAA weather radio transmitters being down, how can they get updates if there's no weather radio and they're in an area with no cell service, and if they were to lose power, you know, they'd be dead in the water. Well, we're on the radio. So that's very helpful to have that simulcast going. So if you're on the go, I would advise not heading out right now with these storms moving in. These are very significant, severe storms. Just stay put if you can, wherever you're at. If you're in a mobile home, I would advise getting out and going to a substantial structure just in case we were to get a tornado spin up. Again, we have a tornado watch in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. But here's your broad view of radar showing all these storms, again, moving across the area. We have the 2 tornado warned storms, and that's really our focus right now. Again, still seeing pretty decent signs of rotation, at least with this storm here in Morrison, still seeing a little bit of rotation with that. And again, that is moving towards McMinnville. And then again, we have the other circulation. This is near Bradyville or just east of Bradyville, about to cross Highway 53 here in a few minutes, moving towards Iconium and Blue Wing in southern and eastern Cannon County. This is tornado warning. The rotation looks a bit broad, but we may be seeing some damaging wind gusts embedded within this. So damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour are also possible with this storm, in addition to the potential for some golf ball size hail. In fact, we can see decent hail cores both with that storm in Cannon County and with this storm moving into Warren County. Both of these likely producing hail anywhere from quarter to golf ball size hail, maybe even ping pong ball size hail possible. So you want to, we need to be in a tornado safe spot, but just also note that we might have some pretty significant hail with these storms too, again, as they continue to move towards the east. So I'm trying to be very descriptive today with this coverage, because I know we have people who may be listening to us on the radio, especially 94.7 and 98.5. I know those signals carry very far. So if you're listening on the radio, again, I am Anthony Taylor. I'm live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, providing long-form severe weather coverage as these storms roll through the Upper Cumberland region this evening. This is what we do here when we have active severe weather. We're especially concerned this evening because NOAA weather radio transmitters are down, so nobody's weather radio is going to go off this evening. But we have that extra line of defense there with FM radio. You can hear us again on the air, over the airways, again, as these storms continue to move towards the east. We have a couple of active tornado warnings, one for central and southern Cannon County and another for southwestern and central Warren County. Both of these are exhibiting signs of rotation as they continue to move towards the east and east-northeast. So if you're in Cannon County from Woodbury and points south over to Iconium and Blue Wing, Red Hill, areas along Highway 53 through Moortown, back over to Simmons Chapel, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. If there's a tornado, it will be right over top of Bergen, and it's about to cross Highway 53 in a matter of moments, moving towards Highway 70 south, and will cross very near Devonport, Leone, Blue Wing, Center Hill. And again, these are all communities in southeastern Cannon County. And then farther south, we have the other tornado-warned storm with the circulation moving through Morrison, moving towards McMinnville. We do still see some rotation embedded within this, so could potentially be producing a tornado. We don't know. We don't have confirmation of anything. But if you're in McMinnville, just a heads up, this is again moving your direction right now. Again, both of these tornado-warned storms are in effect until 6:30 p.m. So about 12 more minutes on these. We'll see if the Weather Service extends them out further. They may. Of course, we have the severe thunderstorm warning farther north. Primarily now for areas of northern DeKalb County. The storm is very strong, but I don't know that it's quite to severe strength anymore. We have heavy rain now moving into western portions of Putnam County. Baxter is about to pick up quite a bit in your area down to Boma, Gentry, and we'll soon be moving into Cookeville here within the next 10 to 15 minutes. Your rain's really going to pick up. You got some lightning embedded within this as well. We'll take a look at our Gentry tower cam, western Putnam County. We'll give this a minute to load. There's your latest image right now. Again, from Gentry, you can see the heavy activity now moving across right now. Looking at our tower cam weather instrumentation right now. Winds haven't been that bad with this, about 10 to 15 miles per hour being detected at our tower cam site. But still something we're going to watch as these storms continue to move towards the east in case we see any strengthening. I'm no longer seeing any signs of rotation anywhere with this particular storm. So Putnam County, DeKalb County, not seeing any signs of rotation with this. But again, we may still have some gusty winds embedded as this moves through. But again, it's farther south, and we'll go back to radar to show you this. These two cells here, this one moving into southern Cannon County, crossing Highway 53. We have a possible tornado there. And again, that will soon be crossing Highway 70 south along the Cannon County, Warren County line, moving towards Bratcher's Crossroads. Bratcher's Crossroads, you're not in a warning right now, but I would be heading to your tornado safe spot just in case. I would say a new tornado warning may very well be issued here soon to account for this if this continues to show signs of a rotation and potentially producing a tornado. Our other rotation again is near Morrison, just east of Morrison, and is approaching McMinnville. We'll switch over to the high top radar for this, get a little bit better view. Still seeing some rotation, at least some broad rotation with this. And again, this is approaching McMinnville right now. So if you're in the McMinnville area, I want you to remain in your tornado safe spot or anywhere near McMinnville, points north and south, back to Oldwell Crossing. If you're in Morrison, this has now moved east of you. So Morrison, I'll give you the all clear. I can give all areas of Coffee County. If anybody's watching there, you have the all clear. So we'll go ahead and start clearing some areas out right now from these tornado warnings. But there are your pair of circulations there that we're watching. We're seeing hooks with both of these. These are both supercells, and they're likely competing against each other right now, which may help in some ways to hopefully maybe prevent a tornado from occurring, but I can't guarantee that. But it does seem like the southern cell may be winning right now, the one approaching McMinnville. So if you're in the McMinnville area, again, I want you to remain sheltered. We have no confirmation of a tornado, but it is radar indicated rotation, and we do have a very healthy looking hook showing up here over Lawson Mill. And again, this is moving up into McMinnville. Smyrna, that being Smyrna and Warren County, you need to be sheltered. Mount Zion, I want you to be sheltered too, even though it looks like this will likely go just north of you. I want you to be sheltered over that way too. Van Buren County, you need to be paying attention to this storm. You are not warned right now, but this is heading your direction. So Van Buren County, eastern areas of Warren County, again, this is probably our main cell right now, I'll call it. And again, you want to be in your tornado safe spot if you're in the tornado warning, again, between Morrison and McMinnville. But also be thinking about heading to your tornado safe spot if you're in eastern Warren County or anywhere in Van Buren County. as this cell is moving your direction. You're not warned right now, but I'm going ahead and giving you plenty of lead time on this, as the storm does have a history, at least of rotating, and is showing pretty decent signs of rotation right now on the velocity view. The northwestern storm back here in Camden County, we're still looking at it too. Still seeing some rotation here, crossing Highway 53, soon to cross Highway 70 south, again along the Camden County and Warren County line. This will be moving towards Bratcher's Crossroads and Stewart Chapel in northwestern Warren County, and may ultimately ride along the Warren County DeKalb County line with time. Those areas are not under a tornado warning right now, but we want you to at least be aware of this. This is moving in your direction right now. So we'll reset this picture. We'll broaden the radar out. I know we have a lot of storms, and a lot of you are probably asking about different locations. Doing the best I can to provide coverage for multiple areas this evening, as we have multiple warnings ongoing right now. The severe thunderstorm for the Smithville area, you have a lot of lightning in the area right now, Smithville, but the storm is moving out of the Warren area right now. So that's some good news for you. As it moves into Putnam County, it is not warned, but this is still a pretty significant storm, though, producing a lot of lightning and heavy rain, as well as some gusty winds, maybe even a little bit of hail embedded within this too. Seeing maybe some pea to dime size hail near Silver Point, about to move into Baxter, which I pulled up a live view from Baxter from our tower cam site there. Let's look at Burgess Falls Road. This is just north of Burgess Falls. And you can see kind of the same story there, just rain beginning to fall. As the storm moves in, it's only pick up as the storm moves over top of you. But we're still continuing to monitor these tornado warning storms as well. Unfortunately, we do not have a tower cam down this way in Warren County yet. We will eventually. But still seeing this circulation very near McMinnville, right over top of Lawson Mill. So McMinnville and Point South, you need to be sheltered right now, again, as we have a possible tornado trying to form here. I don't have confirmation of anything right now, but you need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot at the moment as this moves your way. Again, this will be moving into eastern areas of Warren County, as well as Van Buren County. Got a new tornado warning coming out that includes portions of Cannon and Rutherford County, as well as Coffee and Bedford. This is for a storm near Shelbyville. Another radar indicated rotation, so it's getting well outside our viewing area, but just a heads up, a lot of the same areas we've been covering. We got yet another supercell gearing up to move your direction. So we'll come back to that one in a little while. My main focus again is on the storms impacting our immediate area. But McMinnville, again, I want you to be in your tornado safe spot. This tornado warning will continue for another 5 minutes. The Weather Service may extend this farther east. I wouldn't really be all that surprised if they do, just because we are still seeing signs of rotation here, and we definitely have a pretty decent little hook here on this supercell. So again, if you're in McMinnville or points east, I want to go ahead and say, if you're in eastern Warren County, over to Highway 111 in Van Buren County, while you're not technically included in a warning yet, I would go ahead and be moving to your tornado safe spot just in case, as this storm again is showing signs of rotation and could produce a tornado, at least from what we can see right now. Still watching the storm over southeastern Cannon County. Rotation not quite as apparent as it moves across Highway 70 south near Iconium and Blue Wing. So we'll see what the Weather Service decides to do on that warning. Still a little bit of broad rotation there. Still seeing a little bit of a hook there, but not sure that we're seeing anything necessarily tornadic with that. So we'll see what the Weather Service ultimately decides to do there. Got a new flash flood warning that's been issued for southwestern portions of Trousdale County, extending back up to Gallatin and Lebanon. So that's something else to monitor for. That flash flood warning is in effect. I'll give you some details on that here in just a moment. In effect until 9:30 p.m. We're seeing flash flooding is expected to begin shortly or may already be ongoing. We've already had quite a bit of rain in this area, and we'll likely have additional heavy rains on the way. So just again, that flash flood warning in effect for those areas. Just a heads up for y'all. Weather Service has indicated they are going to extend this tornado warning farther east. So eastern, and there it is. So there's your new tornado warning there. That rotation, that circulation really starting to tighten up there on the reflectivity view, just south of McMinnville. And this is moving towards Spencer. It's like that a little glitch there. There goes the warning polygon, so it's still on screen. So there's your new tornado warning in effect until 7 p.m. Central Time. This includes areas from McMinnville east to Spencer, along Highway 111, really all across Van Buren County. This includes Fall Creek Falls. This includes Pine Grove, Welchland, Pine Creek, White Hill, Cedar Grove, and also includes the city of McMinnville, Smyrna, Alford, Irving College, Smyrna, Roland, some other communities here. I'll list out areas along Highway 30 between McMinnville and Spencer, Highway 8 here in the southeastern portion of Warren County, and again, Highway 111, you're in on this too. So if you're in central or eastern Warren County, or if you're really anywhere in Van Buren County from Pine Creek north to Spencer, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now, as we have a possible tornado trying to form here. Rotation tightening up a little bit here just south of McMinnville, on the south side of McMinnville along Highway 127. And again, this will be moving over Shellsford here momentarily, Mount Leo. And this is moving towards Riverview and Pine Grove and Spencer in Van Buren County. So if you're in any of these areas I'm mentioning, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now, as there is a possible tornado trying to form here. So again, that is the situation down there. Again, we don't yet have a tower cam down this way to show you this storm, but again, we do have the tornado warning in effect now until 7 p.m. So if you're anywhere in this area, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Let's go back to reflectivity. The Weather Service is going to allow this tornado warning to expire for Cannon County. It will not be extended farther east. We've seen that rotation kind of dissipate a little bit. Still a very strong storm. Regardless, moving into northern Warren County, likely some pretty big hail, moving through Bratcher's Crossroads, Stewart Chapel, moving towards Midway and Bluff Springs here in northern Warren County. And not to ignore this storm here in Putnam County. I know we have a lot of people watching and listening up here. Very strong storm moving between Baxter and Cookeville right now, back into Silver Point and extending down to Center Hill Lake. Not severe warned, but it is strong, producing a lot of lightning, heavy rain. We're looking at the road, not seeing any signs of rotation embedded within that, but we may have some gusty winds. We'll take a look at our Cookeville Tower cam real quick for a view of the storm as it moves in. Again, I know we have a lot of people watching over in the Cookeville area right now. If you're just now tuning in, again, I am Anthony Taylor live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio. We're tracking multiple severe storms as they move into the Upper Cumberland region. This is what we were gearing up for all day today, and here it is. It's upon us now. It is 6:30 p.m. and these storms are moving on in. We have at least 3 big clusters of storms right now that we're watching, extending from Cookeville down to the Smithville, and a tornado warning storm from McMinnville, another tornado warning storm back north of Shelbyville that'll be crossing into northern portions of Coffee County, north of Manchester. We'll have to watch that one as it moves kind of in the same direction as this previous storm that's in McMinnville right now. I'll show you this on radar. Again, here is your other tornado warning storm just north of Shelbyville. This is also radar indicated rotation, and this again will be moving into northern portions of Coffee County with time. But just a heads up for Warren County, if we don't see any additional storm activity form around this cell, it may not have much competing with it, so it could maintain its strength as it moves your way. But right now, we are more imminently concerned about this storm, again, over Warren County right now, over top of the Smyrna community, Alford, again, Highway 8, Highway 56, right in this general area here, just the southeast of McMinnville. That's where your possible tornado is located. This is moving towards the Pine Grove and Welchland communities of Van Buren County. So if you're anywhere along Highway 111 south of Cummingsville, down into Spencer, Pine Grove, Pine Creek, Welchland, over to Fall Creek Falls, west to White Hill and Cedar Grove, or anywhere in between here in Van Buren County, or if you're in eastern Warren County, anywhere near McMinnville or points east of there, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. That's the lowest level of a sturdy structure. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. A basement or a tornado shelter is ideal, but if you don't have one, just go to a closet, a hallway, or any sort of interior room like a bathroom. That'll also work. Just put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you're in a mobile home or if you're in a vehicle, those are no-goes. You need to get to the nearest substantial structure. You're better off lying flat in a ditch if your only other option is to ride it out in a vehicle or a top floor of an apartment as well. You don't want to be there either. Go knock on your neighbor's door downstairs and go take shelter there. And if you're the downstairs neighbor, let them in. Put as many walls again between you and the outside as possible. Everyone should be wearing a helmet, especially the kids. So if you got a bicycle helmet, a baseball helmet, that will suffice. That will protect your head from flying debris. Mattress or other substantial objects is also recommended if you have one available to also shield yourself. Again, this is radar indicated rotation, but it is a fairly tight rotation. Again, we're watching in eastern Warren County, again, moving into Van Buren County. As you can see here on radar, this is the area we're watching. I'm going to circle it one more time. I may circle it several more times, but again, it's about to cross the Warren County, Van Buren County line near the community of White Hill, moving towards Pine Grove. Spencer and points south along Highway 111 to southern Van Buren County. You want to be in your tornado safe spot right now. We did have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued farther north. I don't want to ignore this. It's for this cell moving across the Macon County, Sumner County line, extending down into western Trousdale County along Highway 231, moving into Hartsville. Weather Service has put out a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect until I believe 7:30 p.m. This is for the potential of damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. We're going to do our best to cover all these warnings, but understand that the tornado warnings absolutely take priority tonight. So we're more focused on the tornado warnings than the severe thunderstorm warnings, but I don't want to leave anyone out. So if you're under a warning right now for a severe storm, please understand I'm not trying to not give you coverage, but we do have active tornado warnings right now that do take priority. But Hartsville, it's about to get pretty intense here momentarily, if it's not already. Lafayette is not far behind you, and this is moving towards Red Bull and Springs and Hermitage Springs as well. So just a heads up, you have a severe thunderstorm warning again in effect until 7:30 p.m. But it's this storm right here that we're most focused on. Again, here, southeastern Warren County, crossing Highway 8, soon to move over White Hill and Welchland here, and will soon cross Highway 111 in central and southern Van Buren County. This is where your tornado warning is currently in effect, and we want you to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Looking at the Weather Service chat, they mentioned the rotation has broadened a bit, but they're still concerned because this area has not seen any storm activity today for several hours. So the atmosphere has not been worked over. We're very unstable down this way, so there should be plenty of energy for this cell to work with, and there's not really anything competing against it either. If we had cells farther south, that could choke off some of the energy from it, but we're not seeing that, so that's why we're a little bit more concerned with this cell, especially as it may have plenty of energy to work with as it continues towards the east. So again, that is what we're watching for. Let me clear that off. We'll do a storm track on this, but give me just a moment to get that together. The storm is, we're going to move it a little bit fast. We're going to say at about 50 miles per hour. It's moving a little bit slower than that, but just to be on the safe side, I'll give you some ETAs here. Laurelburg at 642, Good Bars at 642, Welchland at 645, Pfeiffer's at 650, and Spencer at 650. Those are all some communities in the path of this possible tornado. Again, soon to cross the Warren County, Van Buren County line near Riverview and White Hill. And again, this is moving towards Pine Grove and areas along Highway 111, again from Spencer down to Pine Grove, near Pine Creek and Welchland. This will be moving near Fall Creek Falls State Park as well. So if anybody's camping over there, or if you have friends or family in that area who live there, again, they need to be in their tornado safe spot right now as a potential tornado is moving your direction according to radar. But we'll zoom out the radar image. We still have another tornado warning here, about to move into northern Coffee County. It's in northeastern Bedford County, about to move into northwestern Coffee County. Outside of our viewing area, but we are watching it. It is a tornado-warned storm. Radar indicated rotation moving towards southern areas of Cannon County, northern areas of Coffee County, north of Manchester. So if you're in that area or have friends or family down that way, again, just a heads up, there is a tornado warning for you as well. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning issued for areas between Hartsville and Lafayette. This is for the potential of damaging straight-line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. The severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 7:30 p.m. So if you're anywhere between Hartsville and Lafayette, east to Red Bull and Springs, on into northern Clay County, just to the northwest of Salina. You are included in this warning. Very intense storm moving your way. Could bring down some trees, knock the power out in a few spots, that sort of things. Just a heads up, you want to be indoors, away from windows as that storm moves through. Another severe thunderstorm warning back into Wilson County for this big complex of storms extending from Franklin on up into Mount Juliet and into northern areas of Wilson County. This will soon be moving into Lebanon. So if anybody's watching or listening in the Lebanon area, just a heads up, you got a very strong storm moving in any minute now. We can take a look at our Rock City Tower cams in western Smith County. This is looking back towards Wilson County. We can see this storm. We can see the shelf cloud there in the distance as this storm approaches. And we are keeping an eye on it in case we see any signs of rotation. Not seeing anything right now, but doesn't mean something won't try to form. Back to this storm here. Rotation might be trying to tighten up a bit here. Eastern Warren County, just east of McMinnville. Give you some other points of reference here. Really, the Riverview community. We're getting some pretty rural areas here, but the Riverview community of western Van Buren County, Cedar Grove, White Hill, a possible tornado is imminent and is moving towards Highway 111. Towards Spencer and Pine Grove. So if you're anywhere in this area, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Again, that is the lowest level of a substantial structure. So a sturdy structure, not a mobile home, not a vehicle. You need to be in an actual structure that is structurally sound. On the lowest level, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, as we have a possible tornado here, about to cross the Warren County, Van Buren County line, and it is moving towards Spencer and Pine Grove in Van Buren County. But if you're anywhere in Van Buren County from near Cummingsville south to just about the southern end of Van Buren County, you need to be in your tornado safe spot anyway. You are under a tornado warning right now. McMinnville, I can give you the all clear. This possible tornado has moved east of you. Yeah, some of y'all are saying y'all can hear Hurricane Hallie in the background. I just pulled that comment up there. We got them here. It's I want my family to be safe. They're safer here at the studio than they are at our house. So I definitely want them with me. Up my way, we do have some pretty intense storms about to move into Smith County. We're watching right now, not warned for Smith County, but keeping an eye on it. Cookeville, again, storming pretty hard right now in Cookeville. This is not warned, but it is coming a pretty good storm right now in the Cookeville area. So from Allgood to Cookeville Point South, down to Bustle, Huntland, Town and Country Estates, areas along the White County, Putnam County line. Again, coming a pretty good storm right now, not severe. Might be some hail embedded within this, though. Might have some pea to dime size hail here near the Putnam County, White County line. Soon to move over the airport, the Upper Cumberland Regional Airport. We'll pull up that tower cam, see if we can see any hail here as this storm moves across. Again, you can see the storm right now, again, over top of the airport moving in. Not severe, but again, might be producing at least some small hail here, again, near the Putnam County, White County line. But back to radar again, I don't want to take too much time away from this tornado warning as we still have rotation being detected here. So we'll pull this back up once again. Again, your possible tornado near Cedar Grove, just south of Highway 30. And again, this will soon be crossing Highway 111 near Spencer or just south of there. We're taking a look at this from a couple different radar vantage points as we're kind of in between radars, the High Top, Alabama radar site and the Nashville radar site. Your tornadic circulation, again, is right along the Warren County, Van Buren County line. This is moving towards Spencer and Point South. Again, Pine Grove, Pine Creek, Fall Creek Falls, all included in this tornado warning. So you need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot now. It's like many of you watching right now, appreciate you tuning in. Again, this is what we do when we have severe weather. We provide live coverage for warnings that are issued here in the Upper Cumberland region of Tennessee. So again, our main focus right now is on this tornado warned storm as it moves towards Spencer and Pine Grove. Might be shifting just a bit farther north, so Spencer, Pine Grove definitely have some concern for you with this. This will be moving along Highway 30 and Point South, and we'll soon be crossing Highway 111 in just a few minutes. So if you're anywhere in these areas, again, you want to be in your tornado safe spot right now, as we do have, again, a tornadic circulation here being detected by radar. Let's see if I can get on the green screen here for those watching. See if, are we working right now? No, we're not. Okay, that's cool. The green screen can work all day, but then it doesn't work when I go in front of it. But maybe it's for the best that I sit down tonight. We got a lot of warnings to talk about anyway, so I'd rather be in command here, sitting at the desk, going through this coverage that way. But if you're in Spencer, again, you need to be sheltered 20 minutes ago. You've had plenty of lead time on this. We mentioned this was moving your way even before the tornado warning was even issued. So you've had plenty of lead time here, but it's soon to be over top of you. I've not had any confirmed reports of a tornado with this that I've seen come across, but you want to be, again, in your tornado safe spot. I will zoom out, though. I know a lot of you are watching on across our social media platforms, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Looks like we have more than 5,000 of you watching right now, so I appreciate y'all tuning in to our live coverage here. Again, we have multiple warnings in effect. I had some people asking about Sparta. Sparta, you're fine. This is going south of you. No worries for Sparta right now. Doesn't mean we won't have worries later on. We still have some strong storms back to the west. But as of right now, the only cell we're mainly worried about is this one approaching Spencer just to your south. And it is tornado warned with a very tight circulation between Cedar Grove and White Hill. That's a very tight couplet we're seeing there. Looking for signs of debris, not seeing anything there, but I definitely have some concern with this storm. I'm looking at another radar product right now. Y'all can't see this, but yeah, definitely seeing signs of rotation, very tight rotation approaching Spencer right now. So if you're in Spencer, you need to be in your tornado safe spot immediately, as there is a possible tornado moving your way. If nothing else, we may have damaging straight line winds with this, but definitely concerned for a potential tornado, again, soon to cross Highway 111. Weather Service mentions the main line, which is this extending from Franklin on up to Lebanon, Hartsville, Lafayette, is weakening somewhat, so they may not be reissuing a warning farther east. That's good news if you're in Carthage, Gainesboro, Salina. Not saying this won't re-intensify, but as of right now, this storm looks to hopefully remain below severe limits, so we may not see any new warnings issued up this way, especially with all the storm activity breaking out ahead of this. That being said, these individual cells we're watching definitely are concerning, as we have a couple of, again, tornado warnings down here. Again, tight rotation here near Cedar Grove, and this will soon be crossing Highway 111 near Spencer down to Pine Grove. So anybody in this area along Highway 30, along Highway 111 here in central Van Buren County, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. I'll put that guidance back up on the screen. Again, you don't want to be in a vehicle or a mobile home or like the top floor of an apartment building. You want to be on the lowest level of a substantial structure. That could be a hallway, closet, or bathroom, just the lowest level. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You want everybody to be wearing a helmet. Put a helmet on the kids. They got a ball helmet, a bicycle helmet, doesn't matter. It will protect your head from debris just in case there is something on the ground with this. Again, we have nothing confirmed here, but we just want everybody to be as safe as possible if you're in the Spencer area. Again, as we watch this tight rotation move your direction. And I will put this back up on radar again. You can see still pretty decent rotation showing up here. Approaching Pine Grove, about to be right over top of Pine Grove, about to be right over top of Highway 111. So you need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot right now. I know we have a tornado watch in effect until 10 p.m. I say we'll start seeing some counties removed from that here in the next couple of hours, especially our western areas as the main line moves through. The main line is now moving through western Macon County and Trousdale County, so that'll soon be making its way through Smith County, Jackson County, Clay County, and then that'll be it for your threat, and that'll will mainly be focused on our southern and eastern areas at that point. Again, we still have nothing confirmed here in Van Buren County or back to the west with the storm back when it was in Warren County, but we're still watching it very closely with that rotation still being very evident on radar. Again, about to cross Highway 111 near or just south of Spencer. We still have another tornado warning here for parts of southern Cannon County, northern Coffee County. Still seeing a pretty decent structure with this. Rotation is a little bit more broad here, but we're watching it though. Let's look at this from high top, see if we can see anything different here. kind of the same story, some broad rotation with that one, but we'll keep an eye on it as it continues to move east. But if you're in northern Coffee County, north of Manchester, if you're in southern Cannon County, south of Woodbury, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. That circulation will be passing near the Coffee County, Cannon County line here very soon. So just FYI, you need to be in your tornado safe spot if you're in that area. The circulation we're watching here near Spencer, still seeing a tight rotation here, approaching Spencer. So if you're in the Spencer area, again, remain sheltered as this moves overhead. Hopefully there's nothing on the ground here. But again, this is an active tornado warning. Yeah, for those asking me questions in the chat, I just happened to look over for a second. I'm only one person here, so please keep that in mind. I'm not looking at the chat right now. So if you're asking me questions, unless there's somebody in the chat who can answer those, I'm not able to answer all those right now. But like I said, I focus on where we have active tornado warnings. That's our main focus. And then we shift over to the severe thunderstorm warnings when we have a moment, like this one here for areas from Hartsville, eastern Trousdale County on up into Lafayette, Red Bull, and Springs. That severe thunderstorm warning technically in effect for another 42 minutes, but the Weather Service has mentioned that they may not be issuing any new warnings further east at the moment unless this storm intensifies. So still a very strong storm moving into western Smith County right now. You're not under any sort of warning, but just a heads up, you may see your winds pick up in Smith County. You may get a little bit of hail with this. Of course, gusty winds, torrential downpours, and a little bit of lightning being indicated too with this. But our primary focus right now, again, this supercell that's moving into Van Buren County right now. Definitely seeing indications of strong winds with this, so damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour definitely possible here in Spencer, but still seeing at least some rotation here. It's not as tight as it was a couple scans ago, but still seeing at least some signs of rotation here near Spencer. And Pine Grove about to cross again 111, so you need to be, again, still remain sheltered in your tornado safe spot as that possible tornado moves through. We have storm activity extending on up into Putnam County. Cookeville, you're now clearing out now. You had a heavy shower roll through, but that is now moving east to you. Had some hail embedded within that too. Livingston, you're getting some heavy rain right now, some lightning. Nothing severe here. Same for Byrdstown. Even Jamestown getting some light rain extending down to Monterey. We're not worried about any of that right now. We'll keep an eye on this stronger storm moving through eastern Putnam County, but as of right now, it's nothing of imminent concern. Weather Service is continuing the tornado warning for northern Coffee, southwestern Cannon. Let's see, they have not said anything else about the tornado warning for Van Buren County, so we'll await further guidance on this one. Again, still seeing some rotation here. Maybe trying to tighten back up here as it approaches Spencer. So areas along Highway 30 and the intersection of 111 and Highway 30 here in Spencer, you need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot. If you're anywhere in Van Buren County, really down to Pine Creek and Welchland, I also want you to be sheltered as you're still included in this tornado warning north of Cummingsville. And still seeing tight rotation here approaching Spencer, maybe a little bit tighter than it was. So again, just remain sheltered now. I know a lot of you are asking about different questions in the chat, but we are mainly focused again on this tornado warning storm approaching Spencer. Do want to mention again, you can hear us on the radio right now. We are being simulcast on 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM. Are all carrying our coverage right now live. I'm appreciative of Cookeville Communications for our partnership and allowing that to happen. So if you are caught without any sort of way of watching us, you can listen to us on the radio. So if you lose power, if you lose cell service, or if you don't have cell service, I should say, if you lose power, don't have cell service, that sort of thing, you can turn on your radio and hear us that way this evening. So very, very beneficial. If you're out on the road, hopefully you're not, but if you are, you can also listen to us in your vehicle as well. Still seeing rotation here in northwestern Coffee County, so we're going to keep a very close eye on this for Warren County. As this approaches, this is going to be crossing Highway 53 here in northern Coffee County, moving towards Morrison. So these are the same areas we had this previous storm roll through. Just a heads up, you may have another rotating supercell moving through very soon. We have heavy storm activity extending all along Highway 111 from Spencer. Again, tornado warning down there up into Sparta. No warning for Sparta right now. I'll pull up the tower cam for those watching. Here's your live tower cam view from Sparta. Give that a second to load the latest image, as it is raining right now in Sparta. But nothing too serious happening up in Sparta right now. There's a heavier cell back to your southwest we'll keep an eye on that could be producing some hail. And then heavy rain extends farther north on up into Cookeville, or actually just east of Cookeville now. In fact, Cookeville, your conditions should be improving briefly, although we have heavy storm activity back to your west. That will be moving through once again. And this heavy storm activity extends on up into Overton County. So Livingston, town, you're getting some moderate to heavy shower activity. Nothing severe, but it is there, and we'll show you that here on radar. So Monterey, this storm is about to pick up for you. Again, not severe, but it is heading your direction. So just FYI, if you're in Monterey, it is about to start storming. As you can see, the sky is starting to darken there off in the distance as that storm approaches. But again, it is not severe. Looking at radar again, we don't have any active warnings for Smith County, but we do have some heavy storm activity moving in. So Dixon Springs, Pleasant Shade, Rock City, Tanglewood, all getting in on this down into New Middleton. And into Gordon, on into Gordonsville. And that will soon be spreading all across Smith County. So difficult, defeated, Kentville, Elmwood, Carthage, this is all moving your direction. It is heavy activity. We'll take a look at our velocity. Not seeing any signs of rotation, but we could have some gusty winds embedded within this. Again, the Weather Service has opted not to issue a new warning for this at the moment. Weather Service is about to put out a new tornado warning for this Van Buren County storm. They're still watching it, still seeing rotation. So a new tornado warning will be coming for central and eastern Van Buren County here momentarily. So again, Spencer is right over top of you right now. There's your new tornado warning. This actually includes Cumberland County, including Crossville. So we're going to get a little bit more serious with this than we've already been. We've already been serious with this storm, but we're going to be even more serious now as we have an even more populated area with Crossville and Crab Orchard. All these areas here, central southern Cumberland County, included in this tornado warning. This tornado warning is in effect. It's a long duration warning in effect until 8 p.m. Central Time. And of course, tornado being the main hazard here. Weather Service says they still haven't heard much out of this warning, but they are reissuing the warning farther east because we are still seeing that tight rotation couple here right over top of Spencer. And this will be moving over the triple point of Van Buren County, White County, and Cumberland County here soon. Southeastern portions of White County, you are technically included in this tornado warning. Sparta is not included in this, but areas like Bethesda and Dodson, you are included in this. Thomas Springs, Midway, Lake Tansy, Oak Grove, Burke, Grassy Cove, Crab Orchard, Ozone, of course, Crossville, on up into Rogers and Bowling. All these communities I'm naming off. Eastern portions, well, I-40 from Crossville east of the county line, all included in this tornado warning. So you need to be getting to your tornado safe spot right now. Again, that's the lowest level of a sturdy structure. There's your tornado sheltering guidelines again. You don't want to be in a vehicle or mobile home. If you're on I-40 listening to us on the radio, if you're anywhere in Cumberland County, southern Cumberland County, up into Crossville, again, you want to be getting off the road right now. You got plenty of time, but you want to be getting off the road and getting to the nearest substantial structure. So if you're anywhere near Crossville, Bucky's, Crab Orchard, South Lake Tansy, Midway, if you're out on the road right now listening to us on 94.7, 98.5 or the other stations, you want to be, again, in your tornado safe spot right now. If you're out driving, again, that means getting off the road, going to the nearest gas station, restaurant, just the nearest substantial structure, big building, whatever the case is, that is obviously substantial and would provide adequate shelter. And you want to get there right now, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you're in your home, again, you want to abandon a mobile home. And specifically for Cumberland County, you've got a little bit of time here, especially the farther east you are. So if you're in a mobile home, abandon it, get to a substantial structure, go to your neighbor's home, whatever you need to do. But again, this is a tornadic circulation moving your direction. It's over top of Spencer right now, and will soon be crossing near the triple point of where Van Buren County, White County, and Cumberland County meet. So possible tornado, again, right over top of Spencer right now. So you need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot. We'll look at radar again. It's right over Spencer, about to move over Mooneyham, Lonewood, Cane Creek. That's in Van Buren County, not the one in Cookeville. And again, this will be moving into southern Cumberland County here very soon. So again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot if you're anywhere in the path of this. If you're back towards Cedar Grove, I'll give you the all clear, or McMinnville. Now, McMinnville, heads up, you've got another circulation back to your west. We're still watching this. Very decent structure here near northwest of New Union in northern Coffee County. So Morrison, just a heads up, this is moving your direction. We could potentially get a new tornado warning with that if that rotation remains pretty steady with that. But we're going to stick with this tornado warning, again, for as long as it's in effect. As of right now, this is the only, well, I'll take that back. New severe thunderstorm warning just issued. So the Weather Service is going ahead with issuing a new severe thunderstorm warning with this activity. You'll see that pop back up on the screen here momentarily. But for Smith County, so from Pleasant Shade, it's actually right over top of me right now, ironically. Carthage, Gornsville, Hickman, Chestnut Mound, all these areas I'm naming off, you need to be indoors right now. But all of Smith County for the most part, and on into central and western Putnam County, including the city of Cookeville, you're included in this as well for the potential of damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. That threat extends up into Gainsboro as well. So that is your new severe thunderstorm warning. We'll take a look at Carthage. We'll see if it's loading right now. Carthage has had a few technical issues. We'll hopefully be resolving those tomorrow. We'll load up the latest imagery from Carthage if it will load, and yes, it will. So that's what the view looks like in Carthage right now as this severe warning storm moves overhead. Again, damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, quarter-size hail possible here. If you're just now tuning in, I am Anthony Taylor live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio. We're providing long-form coverage of several warnings as I put the logo back up on the screen behind me. If you're listening, we're on 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM as we come up on the 7 p.m. hour. Again, I am Anthony Taylor live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio. So you can find us multiple ways right now on the radio. You can find us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and in the Hub Plus Roku app. And it looks like we have many of you watching right now. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you want to support us, real quick, I'll call that out at the bottom of your screen. Those are the methods you can support us with. But we want to go back to this tornado warning storm here in northern Van Buren County. Again, this is our main storm of the evening so far right now as we continue to watch rotation down this way. Still some rotation here just east of Spencer, approaching Mooneyham in northeastern Van Buren County. This will be moving towards Herbert Domain, Midway, Thomas Springs in southwestern Cumberland County. Curiously, the Weather Service office in Morristown has not issued a tornado warning for northern Bledsoe County. I would still take this seriously, though. If you're in Bellevue, Saratoga Springs, Melvine, I would still pretend like you are in the warning. I'm just going to draw an imaginary line here and continue that on out. We have two different Weather Service offices here, so a little bit of a differing opinion, but just that little portion of Bledsoe County. I want you to be sheltered, too, especially Saratoga Springs and Bellevue here along Highway 101, just in case the circulation will be passing very close to you. So go ahead and be sheltered just in case that moves overhead, but it may also go just north of you. But this is also approaching Village at Indian Rock Lake, Midway, Lake Tansy, Oneida, Oak Grove. Crossville is included in this tornado warning, Crab Orchard, Ozone, all these communities I'm listing here, central and southern Cumberland County, areas along I-40 east of Crossville, over to the Roane County line, all included in this tornado warning. So you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. If you're out driving, if you're in Cumberland County out driving, you need to get to the nearest structure and take shelter. You don't need to be in your vehicle. You need to leave your vehicle. If there's a gas station nearby, if there's a restaurant, you want to get there and again, get to shelter immediately as you have a tornadic circulation moving your way. Not much competing against this cell either. It's a mostly untapped environment here, so plenty of instability for this storm to work with. Now just east of Spencer, it has crossed Highway 111, near Mooneyham. Still have not heard anything new from this as far as updates from emergency management or the like. Y'all can let me know in the comments if y'all have heard anything out of this. If you're yelling at me in the comments with all caps, again, I apologize. I can't read everything at once and cover all this at the same time. So you just have to be patient with me this evening. We're mostly focused, again, on where the tornado warning is actively in effect. That's our main focus. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning, not to ignore that. This includes, let me get to the Nashville radar site. Carthage, very strong storm pushing through now. We'll go to the tower cam there in Carthage right now and take a look at this live. Again, you can see a very heavy storm. Let's go to our Cordell Hole Dam camera, one of our newest camera sites near the Cordell Hole Dam, and take a look at this. You can see the wind really whipping right now here in central Smith County. Very strong winds with this. Again, damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour are possible all across Smith County right now. Sounds like someone upstream from us may have lost power. We had a brief click there of our UPS system behind me. We didn't lose power here, but somebody may have lost power, so not surprised by that. Again, very strong storm moving across Smith County right now. This warning extends on into northern DeKalb County. This is moving towards Center Hill Lake. It's currently on top of Alexandria right now. Baxter, Cookeville, Dodson, Branch, Gainesboro, all included in this severe thunderstorm warning. And again, this warning is in effect until 7:45 p.m. for the potential of damaging straight line winds and quarter-size hail. Farther south, still watching the tornado warned storm. Still seeing rotation here, northeastern Van Buren County against about to cross over Lonewood and very near or right over top of the triple point, basically where I guess I should say quadruple point, where White County, Van Buren County, Cumberland County, and Bledsoe County meet. They don't all touch right there, but you get the idea. Right in this general area, again, is where this tornadic circulation is about to cross over. And this is about to move into southern portions of Cumberland County. Crossville, Crab Orchard, Ozone, Lake Tansy, all these areas are included in this tornado warning that's in effect until 8 p.m. Central Time. So you need to be in your tornado safe spot. We've not had anything confirmed with this yet, but I still want you to be in your tornado safe spot anyway. Looks like we have more than 6,000 people watching right now. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. There is a tornado watch in effect until 10 p.m. Just a reminder. I'm sure we'll probably have some of our northwestern areas removed from that watch here pretty soon as the storm line moves on out of there. It's already starting to clear up a bit across western Macon County onto the Trousdale County. Still some heavy rain, but your conditions will be rapidly improving here very soon, and there's nothing upstream. So your severe weather threat is about over with in Lafayette and Hartsville, so that's good news for you, and we'll try to clear out some more areas as we go through time. Strongest portion of the storm right now located across really central Smith County. We're seeing a pretty good marker of 60 mile per hour winds possible in the Carthage area down into Gordonsville, extending down to Alexandria, with maybe some 40 to 50 mile per hour winds across the northern portion of Smith County. And this will be moving into Chestnut Mound. Let's pull up our Chestnut Mound camera and take a look at the view from there. Give us a second to load the latest image. See, it's raining right now in Chestnut Mound. Wind isn't too bad, but this will likely change as the storm moves overhead. This will be moving right over our tower cam site in Chestnut Mound, the strongest portion of this wind. So we'll keep an eye on that as it moves overhead. It's already raining heavily here right now, but the strongest gust of wind is still back to your west between Carthage and Gordonsville, right over Highway 53. Got a new tornado warning that's been issued, so we'll go look at that real quick. It's for this storm moving towards Morrison. Not meant to ignore this, but it is moving now into Morrison in southwestern Warren County. You'll see the new tornado warning pop up here pretty soon. And there's your new tornado warning. Pretty big tornado warning. Also includes Van Buren County. So if you're in Spencer, any of the areas we were talking about before, you need to go back to your tornado safe spot. We have another tornadic circulation moving your way. We'll show this on radar. So this possible tornado is in northeastern Coffee County, moving towards Morrison. This continues to be a radar-indicated circulation. Again, about to move right over top of Morrison. Many of the same areas we've already dealt with that previous tornado warning. McMinnville, you're included in this. Irving College, Lawson Mill, Alford, Chris Spring, all these locations I'm calling out, Mount Zion and Viola, you're all included in this tornado warning in effect until 8 p.m. Central Time. Again, possible tornado here. We do see rotation with this. Your couplet located near Mud Creek in northeastern Coffee County, again, about to pass into Morrison. So again, it is deja vu. This is another supercell tornadic storm moving over many of the same areas or close to the same areas of the previous tornado warned storm. So again, get back to your tornado safe spot. I know you got to come out from it just a little while ago, but now you got to go back to your tornado safe spot as we have, again, another circulation about to pass through central and southern portions of Warren County. This warning does include McMinnville. It also includes central and southern portions of Van Buren County, barely clipping Spencer. But Spencer, you're still tornado warned for the storm just east of you, over top of Lonewood. Another rotation is still located there. This is just about to cross into southern Cumberland County. So we have a pair of tornado warnings here all across this area. So again, we want you to be in your tornado safe spot as all that activity rolls through with those pair of tornado warnings. We're investigating this storm here back in the Smith County. Damaging straight line wind potential now extending across eastern Smith County on up into western Jackson County. Let's pull back up that Chestnut Mound Tower cam again, as the strongest winds are likely moving overhead or will be shortly. Winds definitely picking up here. You can see the wind really whipping now here in Chestnut Mound. And this wind will be pushing into western Putnam County momentarily. So Gentry, Baxter, Cookville, just a heads up, damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour are possible all across these areas on up into southwestern Jackson County, and will be extending east into Gainesboro. So if you're anywhere in this area, again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 7:45 p.m. Now, if you're wondering why your weather radio is not going off, we've put this out on social media, but the NOAA weather radio transmitters in Middle Tennessee are currently down. There have been some upgrades that were already scheduled that have been passed through at the National Weather Service office in Nashville. Unfortunately, those upgrades couldn't be put off, so it's required that the weather radio system be down for a couple of days, and it's just very unfortunate timing with today. But that's one of the big reasons we're live on the radio right now. So we're being simulcast on 94.7 Country Giant, 9 Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM right now. So you can hear us live on those stations as a backup method for receiving alerts in case you are unable to watch us on our social media feeds. So again, that's the view from Chestnut Mound right now. Winds are still gusting pretty strong here right now. You can see, again, the trees really whipping around. Let's take a look at this from Baxter. We'll probably have a pretty good view of this from Baxter right now as the storm approaches. And yeah, you can see the darkening skies there in the distance. There is some lightning embedded within this as well. So again, that's the live view from Baxter as the storm approaches. Let's look at Granville. We can take a look at this from the marina over at Wildwood. The storm is right over top of you. Give this a second to load the latest image. You are included in this severe thunderstorm warning, Granville. So anyone in that area, you need to be, again, in your, well, at least be indoors away from windows as this moves through. Again, you can see the camera shaking a bit there. Very strong storm moving over Granville right now. And again, we advise that you be indoors away from windows as this passes overhead. Damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour are possible with this storm. We have had winds gusting to 30 miles per hour here in the last 60 seconds at our tower campsite here in Granville. So again, you want to be in your not tornado safe spot. You want to be indoors away from windows. You're not looking at an imminent tornado threat up here. But again, damaging winds possible with this. And we are looking at radar for any potential signs of rotation within this. So we are keeping an eye on that too. But back to this tornadic circulation, northeastern Van Buren County. This is about to cross into far southwestern Cumberland County. It's over top of Lonewood right now in northeastern Van Buren County. This will be moving very close to Midway, Thomas Springs, Nicholson Heights, Oneida, Lake Tansy, Oak Grove, Grassy Cove, Alloway, Crab Orchard, Crossville, Ozone, all communities in the path of this possible tornado. Still seeing a stock circulation here. I still haven't seen any reports upstream from this. But that being said, doesn't mean something isn't on the ground now or will be on the ground. So again, just a heads up, if you're in central or southern Cumberland County, this is moving your way. Sparta, you're not included in this warning or in the severe thunderstorm warning to your northwest. You're kind of in that sweet spot there in the middle. Another tornado warning, though, the storm moving into Morrison here, southwestern Warren County. So you need to be sheltered as well. This is a very large tornado warning polygon. Circulation right over top of Morrison right now. This will be passing near or south of McMinnville, moving towards Irving College and Mount Zion. You can probably hear Hurricane Hallie there in the background. I got my wife and Hurricane Hallie are here with me. Our studio here is a much safer location than our own home, so I'd rather them be here with me than at home. Plus, I just like them being with me in general. So you'll hear them running around. All is good there. Wife's trying to figure out if she can walk in front of the camera or not. But we're full screen on radar, so they can't see you. You can grab Hallie. You can hear her laughing there. So, but seriously though, a couple of tornadic circulations we're still watching here. Looks like there are reports of possible trees and power lines down near the Bedford-Coffee County line. I would assume from this same circulation we're watching now moving into Morrison. So possible damage upstream from this same warning. And again, this is moving into southern areas of Warren County. So if you're anywhere in McMinnville or points south of Mount Zion, Irving College, Smyrna, Alford, back into Morrison, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. This also includes central and southern Van Buren County. We just got the one tornadic circulation out of there. Now we got another one heading your way. So if you're in Spencer or points south along Highway 111, Pine Grove, Pine Creek, Welchland, again, we've already talked about you. White Hill, you're now under the gun for another potential tornadic circulation, so you need to be getting to your tornado safe spot right now. You still got time to get there. This tornado warning is in effect until 8 p.m. Central Time. But again, that is what we're looking at there. So a couple of tornadic circulations here. Tornado warnings in effect. Just to reset, the tornado warnings we're looking at right now are for primarily Warren County, central and southern Warren County, including Morrison and McMinnville, as well as into central and southern Van Buren County. Spencer, you're barely on the edge of this tornado warning. We have another tornado warning in effect for southeastern White County, really the southeastern corner there where Van Buren County, White County, and Cumberland County touch, and then central and southern Cumberland County from Crossville to Crab Orchard and Ozone and points west. Y'all are also in this tornado warning as well. Both of these warnings are in effect until 8 p.m. And again, it's radar indicated rotation we're looking at, and both of these cells look pretty healthy. I'm going to point out, if you're watching on the velocity view, what we're looking at here, these are your two areas of rotation. This one here in Morrison's moving towards the east. McMinnville, it may pass just south of you, but I want you to be sheltered anyway. It's moving towards Irving College. And then this other cell here, east of Spencer, is moving again towards Crossville, Crab Orchard, Ozone. So if you're in any of those areas, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. If you're out driving, if you're listening to us, maybe you're listening on the Country Giant right now, you need to be, again, getting off the road if you're in either of these tornado warnings and getting to your safe spot now, getting to a safer location. So it's a sturdy structure. Go to a gas station, go inside a restaurant, whatever the case may be. Tell them I sent you if they think you're loitering. I just want you to get into a safe spot. The people working there need to be getting to a safe spot too. Buc-ee's, you're in this warning. So if anybody's at Buc-ee's, you need to be getting, again, to a safe spot in there. The brisket's going to have to wait if you're at Buc-ee's. So again, looking at some comments, somebody said, show the Crossville camera. We probably won't see much from there yet. This circulation is still well west of Crossville. You can see dark skies right there from Crossville, so can't see much there right now. But we'll return to that when this storm gets closer. But looking at radar again, we're looking at the velocity view here. This shows us the rotation of wind. And again, still seeing two pretty decent circulations. Again, that one near Morrison, moving into southern portions of Warren County. And then the other one here now crossing into southwestern Cumberland County near Thomas Springs and Midway. moving again in a general direction of areas like Crossville, Crab Orchard, Ozone, and points west Oak Grove, Lake Tansy, Midway, all included in this tornado warning. Areas along I-40 from Crossville east to the Roane County line are included in this tornado warning. That's why we advise anyone out driving who may be listening to us, you need to be getting off the road. If you're near Crossville or points east along I-40, you need to be getting off the road, get to the nearest exit, get into a sturdy structure, gas station, restaurant, whatever, and shelter there until this threat passes you. I'm Anthony Taylor, live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio. You can find us if you are listening on the radio and you want to watch us. We're live on Facebook, we're on X, we're on YouTube. You can find us, just search Upper Cumberland Weather, and you can find our stream there. We're doing long form coverage of these storms. If you're watching, again, I can't answer all your questions. It's impossible for me to answer all your questions right now as one person. You might can hear Mickey Mouse in the background because my family's here with me. I do ask my wife if she has the remote to turn that down just a little bit so I don't get a copyright hit by the lovely Disney Corporation. Thank you. Last thing we need is for Mickey Mouse to take us down. The House of Mouse loves to come after small people like me, so we don't want to get involved in that mess. You can probably hear thunder outside where I'm at. I'm in northern Smith County. The threat is passing me now, thankfully. Yeah, it's that soundbar remote. Again, still looking at two different circulations here. Let's go back to our reflectivity view. Once again, this shows us where the rain is falling right now. You see, again, these two storm cells here. This one moving into southwestern Cumberland County right now, likely producing hail as well. Don't want to miss that part of this storm. Likely some quarter size to even ping pong ball size hail. Now moving into southeastern White County, northeastern Van Buren County, and spilling over into southwestern Cumberland County. This is moving towards Crab Orchard and Crossville, so just a heads up. Hail core with that one. Another hail core here over Morrison, approaching McMinnville and Irving College with this same tornadic cell we're looking at here too. And again, this is also moving towards Van Buren County, so hail with that. All seeing signs of at least some small hail here across northern DeKalb County onto eastern Smith County, into western Jackson County. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for this area. Hail might be intensifying here near Center Hill Lake, approaching Silver Point. So just a heads up, maybe some hail up to quarter size in diameter. Damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Also likely along this line from Gainesboro south to Baxter, Silver Point, Liberty. We'll look at our Gentry tower cam as this storm is right over top of Gentry right now, and see what we can find there. Wind is pretty strong right now in Gentry. Looking at our tower cam, looks like we're getting winds of about, we've had a 30 mile per hour gust in the last 5 minutes, so strong winds there. Gainesboro, let's take a look at the tower cam in Gainesboro. Real quick, you're on the northern end of this severe thunderstorm warning. Give this a second to load, but you'll see, again, we have a strong storm over top of Gainesboro right now. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This warning is in effect until 7:45 p.m. And the storm is moving towards Baxter and Cookeville. Dodson Branch also in the path of this. A severe thunderstorm warning for the potential of damaging straight line winds and quarter-size hail. For some reason, this isn't loading the latest image from Gainesboro, so we'll get off that view. Actually, let me do this a different way. We'll pull this up inside Radar Omega here, and I'll pull up that tower cam this way so y'all can see this. So let me pull up Omega again, and we'll go live with this view. This is from right now in Gainesboro, if it will load. There it goes. You can see the camera really whipping around right now. Very strong winds moving through Gainesboro at the moment. And again, that's your live tower cam view from Gainesboro. But back to these tornado warning storms. Again, we got a lot of action going on right now, but the two tornado warnings have my attention the most at the moment, as we do have vacation. One here near Morrison, just east of Morrison, approaching Mount Zion and Lawson Mill. So if you're anywhere from Mount Zion over to Irving College, Smyrna, up into McMinnville, Spring Creek, here central southern Warren County, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now, as you do have a possible tornado heading your way. There is at least some reports of damage back to your west with trees and power lines down near the Bedford County, Coffee County line from this same circulation. So we could get a spin up with this. This storm is moving towards the east and will be ultimately moving into Van Buren County. So if you're south of Spencer, along Highway 111 between Wellsland and Pine Creek, Pine Grove, White Hill, anywhere here to the county line in southern Van Buren County, you want to be, again, in your tornado safe spot right now as that circulation moves your direction. I know you've already been in your tornado safe spot. We're asking you to go back again as we have yet another circulation moving your way. The other cell over Village at Indian Rock Lake and midway here, southwestern Cumberland County. This is moving towards the east-northeast. So Lake Tansy, Crab Orchard, Ozone, Grassy Cove, all these areas back to the north, even into Crossville. You're included in this tornado warning as well, including Bucky's. Bucky's being a big reference point there. All these locations need to be in your tornado safe spot now. If you're out driving, listening to us on the radio, again, if you're anywhere in Crossville or points east of there along I-40 over to the Roane County line, you need to be getting off the road. You need to be getting into a substantial structure, a gas station, a restaurant, whatever the case may be. Tell them I sent you, and then tell them they need to sponsor us when they do. You can shout out where it is you're at, and we'll get with them. But seriously, though, you need to be getting off the road. Looking at the NWS chat right now, Jackson County 911, Mickey saying it is a strong storm over Flynn's Lick right now. That was about 5 minutes ago. Weather Service pointing out the potential for damaging winds heading into Cookeville. So let's go to our Cookeville Tower Cam again real quick. Actually look at Baxter, because right now this would really be more over Baxter at the moment. As this storm moves overhead, you can see the camera really shaking right now from our live tower cam in Baxter. Winds right now estimated to be at a nearly 40-mile-per-hour winds being detected at Baxter. That's at our tower cam site. Right now we have had a nearly 40-mile-per-hour gust just in the last minute, and still sustained at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Could even be stronger than this. That's just what this particular instrument is measuring at the moment. So Baxter, you're getting it right now. Very strong, intense storm over Baxter right now. I'm going to put in the NWS chat. So I want to let them know. So I'm letting them know of that. And so very intense storm over Baxter right now. As we can see, that is moving towards Cookeville. So Cookeville, just a heads up, is about to get pretty hairy there. Let's go to our tower cam in Cookeville. We'll pull that one up again. And we'll see this storm as it moves into the Cookeville area. Again, a lot of different things going on right now. Cookeville, the heaviest portion of this storm is still just to your west. It's right over top of Baxter right now. It's not really doing anything in Cookeville at the moment, but we can actually look at this tower cam in Cookeville. I can control this in real time. So right now we're looking south, but I can point this towards the west. And we can see this strong storm that's over top of Baxter right now as it, again, moves towards Cookeville. So there's a live view right now. You can see your shelf cloud there. And again, the potential for damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour will be moving into Cookeville within the next probably 7 to 8 minutes. Actually, maybe a little sooner than that. We just got an updated reflectivity view. So actually, within the next few minutes for Cookeville. This is riding along Highway 70 and I-40, now moving into Cookeville here, again, in the matter of minutes. And you can see your shelf cloud there on the tower cam view. But back to these tornado warnings again. That is our main concern at the moment. Again, tornado warnings remain in effect. Central southern Warren County on into central and southern Van Buren County. And then this additional cell here now in southwestern Cumberland County. Let's take a look at velocity again. Very tight circulation right now approaching Oak Grove in southern Cumberland County. I want you to be sheltered immediately if you aren't already, if you're in southern Cumberland County, as we have a possible tornado here now. We're looking several thousand feet up with the radar. Let's take a look at Morristown radar. I see the circulation from there. Let's look at High Top. That's a little bit further away. I do see the circulation there. It's most notable on Nashville, which I do believe is the closest radar site, barely. But each radar site does see this, but it's definitely most notable on the Nashville radar site. And again, this is looks like we have froze up the radar. I'll tell you what, let's switch sources here. Let's put up our sheltering guidelines for those watching real quick. Again, that is on screen. I'm going to reload the radar. Again, we had a lot going on right now, so bear with us, and we'll get that loaded back in just a second. But again, very tight circulation, seeing two different tight circulations here. Back to radar again. South of McMinnville, very tight circulation here, approaching Irving College, Smyrna, and then the other circulation here near Oak Grove, just to your west, over top of Village, Indian Rock Lake, Nicholson Heights. This tornado warning storm for southern Cumberland County is moving towards the east about 40 miles per hour. So we'll do a storm track on this. We'll make this kind of broad. And we'll move this a little fast, say 45 miles per hour on this. And I'll give you some ETAs here, some estimated times of arrival. So Lake Tansy at 7:32. Homestead at 7:38. Jewett at 7:39. Grassy Cove at 7:40. Meridian at 7:40. Cumberland Homesteads at 7:40. Alloway at 7:43. Crab Orchard at 7:44. Millstone at 7:51. Daysville at 7:51, Westville at 7:52, Rogers at 7:56. Those are some estimated times of arrival, again, for that storm, that tornadic storm just to the south of Crossville. Let's take a look at our Crossville tower cam as the storm is getting closer. This circulation may pass south of Crossville, but I still want you to be sheltered anyway. Again, as this is a tornadic storm, potentially with a very tight rotation couplet showing up on radar. Again, just to the southwest of Crossville, over top of Nicholson Heights community. And again, we're looking at the live view right now from Crossville. Can't really see much from this view. You can see the lightning flashing there. But we'll come back to that here momentarily since we can't see much right now. I want to show you radar again and talk about this other tornado warning storm. South Central Warren County, south of McMinnville, again approaching Irving College. Another circulation we're watching that is approaching safely Alford, Smyrna, Irving College, Spring Creek, Curtistown, very near McMinnville too, so you need to be sheltered if you're in McMinnville. And this will be moving into Van Buren County, central southern areas of Van Buren County, from Spencer south along Highway 111 to the county line, White Hill, Welchland, Pine Creek, Pine Grove, Riverview. All these communities I'm mentioning here, you are in the path of a possible tornado yet again. We've already dealt with a previous warning in the last hour, and this is yet another warning moving along a very similar path to the previous one. And then, of course, we have the other very tight circulation here. This might be trying to produce a tornado here in southern Cumberland County. I want you to be in your shelter now if you're anywhere near Lake Tansy, Grassy Cove, Oak Grove, Burke, Highway 127 here. That might be producing a tornado, folks, as it's moving right over Oak Grove and New Era right now. About to cross Highway 127, moving towards Grassy Cove, and also moving towards Crab Orchard and Ozone. You need to be in your tornado safe spot immediately, folks. This is possibly producing a tornado. This is the tightest circulation I've seen all day. Looking at the correlation coefficient, not seeing anything as far as debris being lofted, but that is an extremely tight rotation we're seeing right now. Very likely, if it's not producing a tornado, it may be trying to, again, south of Crossville. We'll go back to that Crossville tower cam, but it's really hard to see anything from this view because it's raining in Crossville right now. If there is a tornado with this, it's going to be rain wrapped most likely, so don't go out and try to find this thing. Again, you need to be, in your tornado safe spot right now, though. If you're anywhere near Crossville or point south, Lake Tansy, Nicholson Heights, Oak Grove, Lake Tansy, northeast of Crab Orchard, Ozone, Westville, any area, all the areas along I-40 between Crossville and the Roane County line. Again, you need to be in a safe spot now. If you're out driving, you need to get off the road immediately, get to the nearest substantial structure. If you're on I-40, you got just enough time, get to the nearest exit and get inside the nearest gas station or restaurant. Tell them I sent you if you need to. And another tight rotation here south of McMinnville, approaching Irving College, Smyrna, Alford. Another tight rotation with this that will be moving into western Van Buren County. Both these storms are perking up. Weather Service agrees. They're mentioning that in the chat right now. So anywhere in central or southern Van Buren County, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. So again, those are your pair of tornado warnings right now. Got another tornado warning being issued to cover this same cell farther south for northern Bledsoe, northwestern Ray County. I do think the circulation may pass just to your north, but that said, if you're in 9 Mile, Melvine, Luminary, over into Spring City, you need to be in your tornado safe spot as well. But mostly looking at southern portions of Cumberland County on over into Crab Orchard. Again, about to cross I-40 here in the next probably 10 to 15 minutes. You need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. But again, that is your tornadic circulation about to cross Highway 127 in southern Cumberland County, moving over Oak Grove. Again, very tight rotation. I would not be surprised that this is producing a tornado as we speak. We may have a tornado on the ground potentially here in Oak Grove, crossing Highway 127. Big lick. I'm going to do my best to call out some roads here. Let's go full screen with this, so hopefully maybe y'all can try to see these. If not, I'll call them out as best I can. But we'll take this full screen. We got Dunbar Road, Vanderveer Road, excuse me. Again, Highway 127, the Big Lick community. This will be moving across through Grassy Cove, crossing Highway 68. So those are some roads in the path of this. Ultimately, we'll be crossing I-40 near Crab Orchard between Buc-ee's and Ozone near Crab Orchard. Somewhere in that area is where the circulation will be passing through. So again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot immediately right now, again, with this possible tornado that I would not be surprised if it is on the ground based on what we can see with radar here. That's an extremely tight rotation couplet. And again, we are watching it very, very closely as it continues to move towards the northeast. So Crab Orchard, Ozone, you need to be sheltered immediately, and anywhere west of there towards Oak Grove. It's right over top of Oak Grove as we speak. Let's go back to the Crossville Tower Cam again. Let's see if we can see anything with this storm. Again, it's going to be very difficult to see anything just because it's rain wrapped in this. There's a tremendous amount of rain separating Crossville from where this circulation is located. So anyway, we're looking at Crossville anyway, just see if we can see anything from this view, but I doubt we're going to see much here. But we are monitoring that very closely. So let's zoom out radar again. I want to look at this other rotation here, southeastern Warren County. Pretty tight here over top of Irving College, and this is moving towards areas along the Warren County, Van Buren County line. And we'll be passing again into western areas of Van Buren County here very soon. So if you're in White Hill, Welchland, or anywhere along Highway 111 towards Pine Creek, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. If you're anywhere in here in central or southern Van Buren County, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now back into southeastern Warren County. McMinnville, I think this will stay away from you, but I still want you to remain sheltered for just a little bit longer. But this other cell here, very concerning, crossing Highway 127 right now in Oak Grove in southern Cumberland County, as we may very well have a tornado occurring with this storm just south of Lake Tansy. This is moving towards Crab Orchard and Ozone. Crossville, you may be just south of this, but I want you to be sheltered anyway. You are technically included in the tornado warning, at least the southern portion of the Crossville city limits. Bowling, Ozone, Renegade, Cumberland, Homesteads, all included in this. Russell Shack Ridge, Grassy Cove, areas along Highway 68, you're next in line for this Meridian. Renegade, and then of course Crab Orchard, all next in line for this, and it is moving your way, so you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Rick, I just saw your comment on Facebook. Is it going to take Buc-ee's out? Hopefully not. It may stay just south of Buc-ee's, but if you're at Buc-ee's, I want you to be sheltered anyway. But as we go back to the reflectivity view, just to get a broad view of radar, again, we have a very active radar picture here. I'm not trying to ignore any areas. I know we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for central and eastern Putnam County, northern White County, much of Cumberland County, much of Fentress and Overton counties. I'm not ignoring y'all. It's just we're looking at a tornadic threat south of you. We have nothing tornadic we're looking at farther north, at least right now. So that's why we're not giving as much coverage to this. That new severe thunderstorm warning, though, is for the potential of quarter-size hail and damaging winds in excess of 65 miles per hour. So very intense storm. Real quick, we'll look at the Cookeville Tower cam as this moves directly overhead. Again, may not see much here as it's raining very heavily. But again, very intense storm right now overhead of Cookeville. Again, that is moving through the Cookeville area right now, extending up in Allgood, Livingston, eastern areas of Clay County, back into, again, Putnam County, extending back into Baxter, into northwestern White County. Again, all these areas are under a severe thunderstorm warning. If we pull up the radar again, we can see that right here, severe thunderstorm warning again in effect until, let's get the time on that. The severe thunderstorm warning is in effect till 8:30 p.m. Again, for areas between Livingston and Jamestown, south to Crossville, Sparta, Cookeville. And of course, we have the pair of tornado warnings still in effect that we're really focused on, especially. Wow, that circulation really tightened up there near Irving College. Possible tornado on the ground, potentially here near Irving College, soon to move into western Van Buren County. You need to be sheltered immediately if you're in this area. Again, very tight rotation, could very well be producing a tornado down this way. Hard to tell, might have a little debris being picked up with that, but definitely seeing a very tight rotation again near Irving College. So Welchland, White Hill, Pine Creek, Fall Creek Falls, Pine Grove, all these areas here I'm calling out here in central and southern Van Buren County. You need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Another very tight circulation. I'm afraid we have 2 tornadoes on the ground right now, folks. Unfortunately, we don't have a good tower cam we can look at for either one of them, or else I'd be shot now. But this one here crossing 127 here near Oak Grove, moving towards Grassy Cove, Russell Shack Ridge. It continues to tighten up as it moves towards Crab Orchard. Nobody needs to be on the interstate at all right now between Crossville and the Roane County line. If you're on the interstate, you need to get off immediately. You don't need to be on the interstate. If you have anybody watching or listening to us on 94.7, 98.5, or the other stations, again, heed my warning. You're under a tornado warning right now. Very likely a tornado heading your way, especially near Crab Orchard. You need to be getting into a structure immediately. Again, I don't have any confirmation here, but for what we can see on radar, there's a very tight rotation couplet there showing up on our radar here, just south of Crossville. And again, that is moving towards Crab Orchard. I do think this will miss Crossville. I still want you to remain sheltered, though, until this threat has totally passed you by. The other rotation we're watching here near Irving College and Alford, again, moving towards White Hill, Welchland, and areas along Highway 111 south of Spencer towards Pine Creek. Again, you need to be sheltered, too, if you're in this area, as we have a potential tornado heading your way as well. 2 very tight rotation couplets that we're seeing here. That's why we're not talking about a lot of other areas right now. I know there are other storms. I know there are other warnings, but these 2 cells in particular, we have 2 potential tornadoes on the ground. Again, that one is southeastern Warren County. This one is southern Cumberland County, both moving off towards the east. So if you're in southern central Van Buren County, if you're in eastern or southeastern Cumberland County, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now, as, again, both of these areas could potentially have a tornado on the ground as we speak. I honestly can't remember the last time I covered 2 potential tornadoes at once, especially with this type of rotation. So take these seriously. Let's look at the reflectivity view again, just to get a good look at the structure. We do have cells breaking out south of this, one here south of Pikeville near Dunlap, approaching Dayton. That is severe warn for the potential of damaging winds and a $50 size hail. This northern storm, not to ignore it, moving through Cookeville, Livingston right now. All good, all getting hit very hard right now. Damaging winds in excess of 65 miles per hour and hail up to quarter size in diameter are possible all along Highway 111 down from Allens to Livingston, Rickman, all good, Cookeville, Macedonia, and about to cross Highway 111 in northern White County. Let's pull up the airport camera, the Upper Cumberland Regional Airport here in northern White County as this storm moves overhead. Get a good view of this storm from here in this vantage point. You can see very heavy rain coming down right now at the airport. We're getting winds of about 30 to 40 miles per hour here being detected by our wind instrumentation. So very intense storm moving overhead. Winds could be stronger though, depending on where you're at. Let's look at our, sorry, I got a gnat here on the desk with me, trying to shoo it away before it gets in my water. But let's look at our Rickman Tower Cam. This is in southern Overton County. The worst is over top of you at the moment as well. In Rickman, we are getting a pretty intense storm here too. It's right over top of you. Strongest winds may now be shifting east of Rickman. Again, moving towards Monterey, Allred, Crawford, Yankeetown, and Sparta. Sparta, you're just barely south and along the severe thunderstorm warning. In fact, let's take a look at our Sparta Tower Cam. See if we can get a decent view of the storm back towards the west from Sparta as it approaches. We'll probably have a pretty decent shelf cloud. Oh, wow. Very intense shelf cloud there associated with this storm. That's a definitely a very good indicator of a very intense storm. Again, approaching Sparta and points north. Again, not looking anything tornadic with this right now, but still a very intense storm regardless. So you want to be indoors, obviously, as this rolls through. Not seeing any signs of rotation with this, thankfully, but it's still a very intense storm, again, approaching Sparta, as you can clearly see from our tower cam in downtown Sparta. Let's go back to radar real quick. Wow, that's about as tight of a potential tornado signature as you're going to see. Again, moving right over top of Grassy Cove right now, crossing Highway 68 here in southern Cumberland County. This is moving towards Renegade, Crab Orchard, and Ozone. We'll soon be crossing I-40. It's about to be right over top of Highway 68. So if you're in this area, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Again, just naming off some additional roads here. We're getting really tight here. Kimmer Road, Brady Lane. Let's see, what else do we have here? Ford Lane, and then, of course, Highway 68, all in the path of this potential tornado. We'll then be moving over some pretty rural areas, so that's good. But if you're anywhere near Black Mountain, Haley Mountain, up towards Renegade, and getting into Renegade, we do have some other, looks like subdivision type area up here. Renegade, Mountain Parkway, Mountain Wood Loop, Cherrywood Drive, Briarwood Trail, Evergreen Circle, Walnut Circle, Poplar Circle, Running Deer Road, Mayfay or Maytay Road. It's hard to say that, but anyway, any of those roads I just mentioned up towards Highway 70 and along I-40 in Renegade, again, possible tornado heading your way, extending over into Ozone and Daysville. And again, this is southeastern Cumberland County we're looking at here. I do think Crossville will be spared by this. I think it's going to pass southeast of you. But again, possible tornado occurring with this storm right now. And again, we want you to be in your tornado safe spot as this moves through. We'll go look at Crossville again just to see if we can see anything from this view here. Probably not going to see much, but we are taking a look at it. I'm going to try to move this just a bit here. See if we can see anything from this view. We have quite a bit of lightning being detected here from this view. Again, very intense storm we have. New tornado warning has been issued for portions of Morgan and Ray counties. Looks like Roane County included as well. That's getting out ahead of this tornadic circulation. So if you're downstream from this in Rockwood, Harriman, just FYI, this is heading your way. And at least according to radar, may be producing a tornado here near Grassy Cove in southeastern Cumberland County, moving towards Ozone. Crab Orchard, this will pass very close to you. Westall, you're in the path of this. Rockwood, you're in the path of this. So let's look at radar again. As we watch this, again, continue on towards the east, again, to the Rockwood and Harriman, y'all are next in line for this. So there's your tornado warning. Your circulation, again, located right here, right along Highway 68. And again, this is moving right along, we'll be moving right along I-40 towards Harriman, Kingston, and Rockwood. So you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now if you're in those areas. Going back to our other storm, again, not to ignore this one here in southwestern Van Buren County. Still have a pretty decent couplet showing up here northeast of Curtistown. And this will be crossing Highway 111 near Pine Creek here in a matter of minutes, probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes. This will be moving into Pine Creek community, also near Welchland and crossing Highway 111 again. This is southern Van Buren County we're looking at. So if you're in this area, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now as this rolls through. Let's go back to our reflectivity view once again. Just a very messy radar image right now. I know a lot of you watching us are asking questions in the chat. It's just, it's impossible to keep up with all of those. So I'm doing my best to glance over there every now and then, but really hyper-focused on these tornado warnings and the severe thunderstorm warning too. Not trying to ignore this. Heaviest activity now shifting along Highway 111 in northern White County on up into central and eastern Putnam County, so between Cookeville and Monterey. Now moving east of Livingston towards Crawford and Allred, encroaching upon Alpine, and then up along Highway 111 into Byrdstown. So Byrdstown, you're getting in on this too. You're not included in the severe thunderstorm warning, but still a very strong storm. The severe thunderstorm warning, though, includes areas between Livingston and Jamestown, along 127 down the Grimsley and Clark Range, west to Allred and Crawford, and then south into eastern Putnam County, including Monterey, down into White County, Yankeetown, Bon Air, and then northern and central Cumberland County, including Crossville, Pleasant Hill, Fairfield Glade, and Bowman. You're also all included in this severe thunderstorm warning for the potential of damaging winds in excess of 65 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. So again, you want to be indoors away from windows if you're in the yellow polygon, if you're watching, or in any of those areas I just called out. Against severe thunderstorm warning in effect until, I believe, 8:30 p.m. With that storm. But again, tornado warning continues for southeastern Cumberland County, southern Morgan County, central and northern Roane County, on into far northern Ray County. This tornado warning is in effect until 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is radar indicated rotation. I've not heard any confirmed reports from this, but still seeing a pretty decent little circulation here near Crab Orchard. We're getting in between radars, though, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to pinpoint exactly where this is. But right now, according to the Nashville radar, it looks like it would be near Alloway and Grassy Cove, passing south of Crab Orchard, again, moving towards Ozone. So those are the communities. Again, I want you to remain in your tornado safe spot as this approaches Ozone, Westall, the Cumberland County, Roane County line. Again, this is moving towards Rockwood, Harriman, Pine Orchard, Oakdale, Kingston. So all these areas I'm calling out, again, you're under a tornado warning. You need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Farther south, again, along Highway 111 in Van Buren County, have a possible tornado here near Welchland, and it will soon be crossing Highway 111, moving into Pine Creek here in a matter of minutes. So again, you need to also be in your tornado safe spot right now. And again, we will see what happens with time as this continues along its current track. Not seeing any debris here or with the Cumberland County storm, so that's good. Doesn't mean something isn't on the ground, though. Again, radar is very far away from these locations, but that is something we're also checking on too. Here's your severe thunderstorm warning, though. It continues for eastern Overton County, eastern Putnam County, northern and northeastern White County, on into central and northern Cumberland County, and most of Fentress County. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Let's look at our Monterey Tower Cam. Take a look at it, one of our newest Tower Cam sites at the storm as it approaches. You can see, again, the darkening skies there in the background. We're in night mode on this camera right now. Relatively calm right now in Monterey, but that will likely change here soon. And you can see it's changing already as the brunt of the storm approaches and moves through. So camera beginning to shake a bit, winds are picking up, and conditions will only deteriorate as this storm moves through. Monterey. Again, you can see a very heavy storm on top of you right now. Winds really getting up now as we see those wind gusts move in. Could be some broad rotation with this as well. Not seeing anything tight, but we'll watch that too as this moves through. But again, nothing concrete as far as rotation. Very, very weak if there is anything, but very intense winds, very intense storm. You can see the rain blowing sideways here in Monterey, shaking the camera as those winds move in. But again, that's the view right now from Monterey. We're not worried about a tornado here right now. This is just a damaging straight line wind threat. Damaging winds, again, in excess of 65 miles per hour possible from a line extending across eastern Overton County down to Hanging Limb into Monterey and then extending down into Sparta or just north, again, is what we're looking at here in with this severe thunderstorm warning, again, in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Again, live view right now we're looking at from Monterey as the brunt of the storm rolls through. We're getting winds estimated around 25 to 30 miles per hour at our tower campsite, but that could be off a little bit, could be a little bit stronger than that, potentially. So again, very intense storm. You want to be indoors away from windows as this passes through. Weather Service has issued a new tornado warning. Let's go to our radar again as we get off this Monterey view. I know it's an intense storm over Monterey, but it's not tornado warned, so we're going to look more at the radar view of this, again, as it continues to move towards the east. So Crab Orchard is on top of you right now. The rotation we're looking at, really right over top of Crab Orchard and Renegade, about to move right along I-40 between Crab Orchard, Ozone, and Daysville, and Millstone, moving towards Deerwood. Got a new flash flood warning that's been issued. This includes much of central and eastern White County on into central and southern Cumberland County. One second. Give me just a second. I've got to address something real quick. We got a TV on in here with a monkey on it, of all things. So let me turn that down. I'll still talk to y'all, but let me get that turned off. That is going to be... Okay, I think they've addressed it. Never mind. We're good there. Getting some weird noises over there, but I think we're good now. I know if you're listening on the radio, you're probably wondering what the heck is going on. My family's here. I got Hurricane Hallie, my daughter, and then my wife are here with me here. Our daughter's almost 2. I just want them here with me because we're safer here at the studio. Then we are at our house. Now, I will get some all clears. We haven't done that in a while. But really, if you're from Cookeville on up into Livingston, Salina, back towards Lafayette, Hartsville, Carthage, Alexandria, Baxter, you have the all clear. Gainsboro, same for you. You have the all clear. That's for severe weather the rest of the night. We're not worried about any additional severe weather worries in this area. I haven't meant to ignore y'all, but again, if you're anywhere along this line that I'm drawing or points west, if you can see that, if you're watching, again, you have the all clear in this area. The severe threat is now shifting east and south of you. But if you're anywhere near Spencer, if you're over in the Crab Orchard, Crossville, Sparta, you still got a ways to go here. And we still have those active tornado warnings in effect. And I don't want to take too much time away from that. I just want to give those couple of all clears real quickly. But here south of Spencer here, near Pine Grove, approaching Highway 30 here in eastern Van Buren County, that's where we had one possible tornado. And then another possible tornado here near Crab Orchard over top of Renegade and Ozone. Again, moving towards Deerwood and Pine Orchard, Oakdale, Rockwood, eventually into Kingston and Harriman. It's moving right along I-40, so if there's anything on the ground with this, it will be moving right near or along I-40, which is not good news. So if you're out traveling, if you're on the interstate, you need to pull off immediately and get to shelter. Again, as this shifts out of Cumberland County and ultimately into Roane County and southern Morgan County. with that tornado warned storm. Let's go back to our reflectivity view again. This shows where the rain is falling right now. Just a very intense storm here, just south of Crossville. Again, all across southern Cumberland County. It's raining very heavily. Again, your possible tornado located between Renegade and Ozone and Crab Orchard. And again, it's moving towards the Deerwood community. So anywhere, Millstone, likely getting some hail here too. Quarter size to even ping pong ball size hail possible with this storm right over top of Crab Orchard, and looking to move right along I-40 up towards Harriman. So again, just a heads up with that too. Big hail with this. This would be a nightmare to be in on I-40 right now here in eastern Cumberland County. I would not want to be on the interstate in this at all as this moves through. But if you're anywhere here in southern or eastern Cumberland County, I want you to remain sheltered until this tornado threat passes by. But even then, once you can finally come out of your tornado shelter, I still want you to remain indoors because obviously we have a lot of lightning in this area, very intense storm. We might have another circulation trying to form in southern Cumberland County near Oak Grove. We'll watch that closely. It's not much to look at right now, but could potentially have another circulation trying to form near Oak Grove along 127 and close to Burke here in southern Cumberland County. That would be moving right over these same areas, Alloway, Grassy Cove, Renegade with time. So remain sheltered, again, as this storm moves through. Putnam County EMA Director Brandon Smith has reported multiple trees down across west and central Putnam County. So this line of storms has been responsible again for multiple trees down in Putnam County as it continues to move towards the east. Let's go back to that Monterey tower cam one more time as it's right over top of Monterey as we speak. Again, very intense storm here. Moving across Monterey right now, you can see a lot of lightning embedded within this. When we look at this on radar, it's a very messy radar picture that we have. Multiple warnings in effect, a couple of tornado warnings, and of course we have the big severe thunderstorm warning with multiple clusters of storms ongoing. It's not like one solid line of storms. We have a line and then we have a couple of clusters as well. And it's making for a very messy evening. And of course, we have the active tornado warnings in effect. But let's go back to those warnings again while I mentioned them. Ozone here, eastern Cumberland County. That's where this possible tornado is currently located, about to move into Daysville, crossing I-40 right now. So you don't need to be out driving. You need to be in your tornado safe spot right now in this area. Also looking at another rotation here. Here east of Pine Grove, moving towards State Route 284 and Highway 30 here in eastern Van Buren County. Another possible tornadic circulation, again, also moving towards the east. This will be eventually crossing into northern Bledsoe County. I will say, it does look like the Weather Service has gone ahead and allowed the tornado warning for eastern Van Buren County to expire. Let's look at this from a couple other radar sites. Let's look at from High Top especially. Still seeing a circulation there, so we'll see what the Weather Service decides to do. I think it's 8 p.m., so we met the warning expiration time for that one. They haven't indicated what they're going to do with that. So let me ask them in the NWS chat. Oh, never mind. Before I can even ask, new tornado warning. So a new tornado warning has been issued for this storm for eastern Van Buren County. So here we go. We're still under a tornado warning. Remain sheltered. Mooneyham, Lonewood, areas along Highway 30 and Highway 285 here. Again, you need to remain in your tornado shelter. Remain sheltered right now. Again, as this approaches, this will be moving right along the Cumberland County, Cumberland County, Bledsoe County line. And really very near to the same areas as the previous tornado warning storm that is still ongoing and still has a circulation near Rockwood, over top of Westall and Daysville, as this moves along the county line here, moves into along the Morgan County, Roane County line. So if you're over towards Harriman and Kingston, again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. Also, again, be in your tornado safe spot, eastern Van Buren County, with this pair of tornado warnings that we have in effect. Severe thunderstorm warning does continue here across northern and central Cumberland County, so Crossville. While the tornado threat looks to stay south of you, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning for the potential of damaging winds in excess of 65 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. The storm does have a history of producing wind damage across western and central Putnam County, per EMA Director Brandon Smith. So just FYI, the storm does have a history of producing wind damage if you're here in northern and central Cumberland County. So Pleasant Hill over to Fairfield Glade, Crossville, Bowman, areas along 127 on the northern end of Cumberland County, on up to Clark Range, Grimsley, Jamestown. Again, FYI, very intense storm moving through. Let's take a look at a few of our tower cams here. Let's go to Jamestown. Let's do a tour of tower cams here while we're at it. So Jamestown, live view from there. Give this a second to load the latest imagery. You can see there off in the distance a faint shelf cloud. The storm will be intensifying rapidly as it moves through. You can see lightning flashing there off in the distance. Let's go to Clark Range and take a look at the storm there from Clark Range, again, as it approaches you as well. Again, we'll give this a second to load the latest image here. You see that same shelf cloud there. Very, very well-defined shelf cloud with this storm. Again, damaging winds in excess of 65 miles per hour are possible here. It's over top of Monterey right now, so let's go back to Monterey and get a live view of this. Again, live view from Monterey. Should be settling down here right now, so that's some good news. Still some lightning in the area, but your severe threat is diminishing rapidly, so that's some good news for y'all. Back to radar again. The Weather Service has trimmed some areas out of this warning, so Cookeville, Livingston, you're no longer under a severe thunderstorm warning, and your severe threat, I think, has effectively ended for the night. Sparta, still some heavy rain down your way, but the threat, again, is shifting south and east of you as well, so that's good news. I think if you're back towards Smithville, Carthage, Gainsboro, Salina, Lafayette, again, you have the all clear for the rest of the night. Even Byrdstown, is your conditions are rapidly improving too. Let's take a look at our Byrdstown tower cam real quick, since we can pull it up. And we'll give that a second to load. It's the tower cam's right in the middle of this, and you can see not a lot. You see lightning. Can't really see a whole lot from this view though, because again, it's just coming a tremendous downpour where this tower cam's located. Let's go back to Jamestown again, as this is now rolling right over top of Jamestown as we speak. You can see very intense lightning. Just a very intense storm again pushing into Jamestown right now, and that's your live tower cam view again from Jamestown. Let's talk about these tornado warnings again though. They're still in effect, and we don't want to ignore these areas here, eastern Van Buren County. This is moving towards Saratoga Springs and Herbert Domain here in northwestern Bledsoe County. So this is going to be crossing out of Van Buren County. Mooneyham, Lonewood, you're also included in this tornado warning. Spencer, you're technically included. I want you to be sheltered, but I think the circulation is moving away from you. This will be moving moving through areas along the Cumberland County, Bledsoe County line, including Melvine, Bellevue, again, Village to Indian Rock Lake, a lot of the same exact areas we were just talking about with the previous circulation, which, by the way, is now located near Rockwood, right along I-40, and will be crossing, actually may ride along I-40 towards Harriman. So if you're in Harriman, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now, again, as this continues your way. People keep asking for the Crossville Tower Cam. Again, we can't see much with this particular circulation or the other one. There's just a tremendous amount of rain in the way, so there's a lot of lightning occurring. And when you do all caps in the comments, again, it doesn't help you at all, because I can't monitor all the chat comments. I'm one person here, so just FYI on that. Doing the best we can what we have here as again, one person. Looks like 3 of our screens shut off behind me too, so that's interesting. We've been live for a while though. I'm not even sure when we went live. It's now after 8 o'clock Central Time, so this stream's getting on up there as far as length, but we've had active weather for a few hours now moving across our area, and we just continue to cover these storms. But again, you can see a tremendous amount of lightning here in Crossville as we look at this view. Again, not going to see much else from here. Unfortunately, we don't have any other tower cams south or east of here to look at these other circulations. So again, we just have to look at radar to determine where these are at. But your two circulations right now, again, this one's south of Mooneyham. I'll circle it for you to point it out. Actually, let me redraw that circle as it's moved a little bit further east and tightened up a bit too. About to cross into Saratoga Springs and Bellevue here in northern Bledsoe County. So Mooneyham, Lonewood, Sampson, Saratoga Springs, Herbert Domain, Bellevue all need to be sheltered immediately in your tornado safe spot. If you're east and northeast of there, though, along the Bledsoe County, Cumberland County line, again, you may have already come out of your tornado safe spot, but you need to go right back as we have yet another tornadic circulation heading your way. So the very same areas, Lake Tansy, Grassy Cove, Oak Grove, Nicholson Heights, Russell Shack Ridge, Renegade, Alloway. Again, you're all under a tornado warning for this cell. I know we got a mess of tornado warnings here on radar, but again, this is moving your direction. This new circulation here, not really new. It's been going on for a while now. The other circulations right near Rockwood, right over top of I-40. I really hope no one's driving on I-40 right now. I'm going to pull up the TDOT SmartWay camera near Rockwood. See if we can get that up on screen as quick as we can. See if we can see anything from this view here, because there is a SmartWay camera again in Rockwood. So let's see if we can pull that up here. I believe it's in Rockwood anyway. We've got a couple different cameras here. So we're going to pull that up here, and let's pull that up in our browser view here. So this is a live view right now from Rockwood. This is along the mountain there. You can't see much from this view. Looks like we're got a very intense storm rolling through against the TDOT SmartWay camera on Rockwood. But again, that's your view right now from Rockwood. Let's look at the other camera. There's two cameras here to see if we can see anything here from this view. Again, you can see the traffic moving through here. I really wish these people weren't on the road right now. Again, there is a tornadic circulation about to move right over this area. You can see the trees really whipping around right now. Just a very intense storm about to move right over top of this camera here. It's a TDOT SmartWay camera that we're looking at in Rockwood here in northwestern Roane County as a tornadic circulation moves overhead. This is radar indicated rotation. It is a tight rotation couplet, though, that we've been watching for a while. So we are looking at this camera just because it is here and we can't access it. So again, that's your live view right now from Rockwood. And it's a tremendous amount of lightning with this storm. Again, it's a lower resolution camera, so we can't see a whole lot here. Just a tremendous amount of lightning, though. I can't tell if we're seeing any power flashes here or if this is just straight up lightning. But regardless, if you're in between Rockwood and Harriman, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Very intense storm, potential tornado moving your way. Again, very near where this SmartWay camera is located, and that's why we're looking at it right now in real time. Let's take this full screen, actually, and get a better view of this. And again, live view right now from Rockwood, TDOT SmartWay camera. Just a crazy amount of lightning right now. Looking back at this storm. We do have other warnings being issued right now. We'll talk about those here in a minute, but again, we have a camera. It's not one of our tower cams, it's a TDOT camera. It's along I-40 here in Rockwood. And again, just a crazy, intense storm over top of this area right now. Looking at radar, I will say it does appear the circulation has weakened a little bit, which is encouraging. But I still want you to remain sheltered, again, if you're between Rockwood and Harriman. Turn that off. Let's go back to radar. Again, getting a little bit more difficult to pinpoint where the circulation is located. It'll still be along I-40, again, near Rockwood. But again, radar is becoming a bit messier, which is good to see. Maybe that means that there was a tornado, it is dissipating. But I still want you to remain sheltered regardless in that area, just in case. Still seeing a tight circulation, though, right here, approaching Saratoga Springs here, northwestern Bledsoe County. This will be approaching Bellevue ultimately moving into far southern Cumberland County. So Burke, Oak Grove, Alloway, Grassy Cove, all these areas, you're under a tornado warning right now. This tornado warning also extends up into Crab Orchard and Renegade and Ozone. So again, remain in your tornado safe spot right now. I'm not as concerned with that circulation farther east. Looks like it might be trying to dissipate a bit. Still remain in your shelter, though, if you're in Harriman, Kingston, Rockwood, or anywhere in between. But as of right now, that circulation is not as tight as it was, but still have a very tight circulation here near Saratoga Springs, about to move into Bellevue again, northwestern Bledsoe County. So that's the area to watch right now. Still haven't seen anything confirmed from any of this, but still very, very intense storm activity regardless. Again, with a few different tornado warnings in effect here. Here's our line of storms extending on up into Crossville, Bowman, Clark Range, Jamestown, Sharp Place approaching zenith here. Eastern areas of Fentress County, damaging straight line winds in excess of 65 miles per hour remain possible. In addition to quarter-size hail, the Weather Service also mentions the possibility of a tornado spin-up. Do see a couple of areas of at least some broad rotation here near Grimsley and just north of Jamestown. So we'll watch those in case those were to tighten up. Maybe here just east of Highway 127 north of Jamestown. We could easily get a quick tornado spin-up anywhere within this segment of line here, especially north of Jamestown, where that's wrapping up a bit. Near Squirrel Flat, approaching Sharp Place. We'll have to watch that area closely. Again, we could get a tornado spin-up within that. Again, nothing imminent, but just something we're watching for. Also, a lot of hail embedded within this storm as well. So areas along Highway 127 and points east across eastern Fentress County. Again, the potential for hail up to quarter size in diameter. Definitely wouldn't be surprised for at least seeing some smaller hail than that all across this area. This extends all the way down into northern Cumberland County as well. Mayland, Bowman, Woody, approaching Genesis, Catoosa Country, Fairview, Woodlands, Crossville. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for another 16 minutes until 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, we have the host of tornado warnings south of here on the south end of this storm. With your rotation now in northwestern Bledsoe County, moving towards Bellevue, Melvine. And again, we're continuing to watch this as it moves towards the east across northern Bledsoe County. Again, just a very intense storm here. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued. Getting really hard to tell all of our warnings apart. We got so many warnings here. This is just a mess. This is where we have two different Weather Service offices trying to work in conjunction with one another, but you get different polygons, you get overlapping warnings, but we'll try to make sense of this, though. We got two different circulations we're watching, really mainly one at this point. This one near Saratoga Springs, approaching Bellevue in northern Bledsoe County. Again, this will be moving back into areas along the Bledsoe County, Cumberland County line. So Oak Grove, Burke, Melvine, Grassy Cove, Alloway, Jewett, you're all in line for this over the next 10 minutes or so. This will be moving over top of you. Again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. I'm going to put up those sheltering guidelines once again. You don't want to be in a mobile home. You need to get to a sturdy structure and take shelter on the lowest level in a centrally located room. That could be a closet, a hallway, a bathroom, just any kind of interior room, again, on the lowest level of a sturdy structure. You just want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, with the possible tornado here near the Van Buren County, Bledsoe County, Cumberland County, where those three counties meet is where this is located, really into northwestern Bledsoe County right now, crossing Highway 101, moving towards Melvine in northern Bledsoe County. Van Buren County, you've been removed from the tornado warning, so Van Buren County, you can come out of your shelter now. This threat has now moved just to your east. Not ready to give an all clear yet for McMinnville or Spencer, just because we still have some heavier storm activity in the area. But as of right now, your conditions should be improved. We got heavier rain moving into northwestern Warren County right now, but nothing severe with that. Same for White County, some heavy storm activity right now, but nothing severe. We do have a flash flood warning, though, in effect for southeastern White County, including Sparta and Bon Air and points southeast. This is in effect until 11 p.m. tonight. So just watch out if you're out and about. You come across a flooded roadway, turn around, don't drown. Putnam County, I'm giving you the all clear. Overton County, I'm giving you the all clear. Pickett County, if you're in Byrdstown or points west, I'm giving you the all clear. Clay County, Jackson County, Macon, Trousdale, Smith, DeKalb, I'm giving all of you the all clear. And White County, I can just about give you one too. The severe threat is now shifted south and east. So Warren, Van Buren still watching for y'all for at least a little bit longer. Cumberland and eastern Fentress County, that's where the focus for any potential severe weather is at this point, and then points east of there. So if you're just now tuning in, again, I am Anthony Taylor live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio. We are live on the radio too, 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 107.7 Grace FM, 106.1 The Eagle. We're live on all those stations now for as long as we have active warnings in our immediate viewing area. Now, once we get these warnings cleared out of Fentress and Cumberland counties, we will sign off from the radio coverage. I will remain live, though, for as long as we have warnings into our extended viewing area. So over into Scott County, Morgan County, not trying to ignore y'all. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning right now for the potential of half-dollar size hail and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. So from Oneida down to Huntsville, Sunbright, Wartburg. Again, just a heads up, very intense line of storms moving your way. We'll get very rowdy. Could get some down trees and some power lines down, can't rule out a tornado spin up within that line either. But it's south of you where we have the active tornado warnings that we are still continuing to monitor. Very tight circulation right over Bellevue, northern Bledsoe County. This will be moving very near Melvine and Burke up here into southern Cumberland County. So if you're anywhere in the red polygon here in southern Cumberland County, Crab Orchard, Ozone, Westville, Alloway, Grassy Cove, Jewett, Oak Grove, Nicholson Heights, Burke, you all need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Again, I know you may have already come out from your tornado safe spot, but you need to go right back. Again, you got another circulation moving your way. Pretty tight couplet showing up here on radar from what we can see with the storm here, right along Highway 101, about to move right along the Bledsoe County, Cumberland County line. The Weather Service office in Nashville is watching this. We're down to just 2 warnings in the NWS Nashville warning area, that being for Cumberland, Fentress, and really Cumberland and Fentress counties, and then, of course, extending down into Bledsoe County here north of Pikeville. Pikeville, you're okay. The circulation is north of you. The tornado warning is also just north of you, so you're okay there. It's areas north, though, in Bellevue over to Melvine, Burke, Oak Grove, Grassy Cove, again up in the Crab Orchard, Ozone, that need to be sheltered right now as the circulation moves your direction. Broadening out the radar, going back to a reflectivity view once again, we'll take a look at radar. Just a cluster of heavy storms all across Cumberland County, northern portion of Cumberland County. Again, damaging straight line winds possible here, along with some large hail. Also all along eastern Fentress County, from Sharp Place down to Zenith, and extending down into western Morgan County, approaching Deer Lodge. Areas along Highway 27 from Midway to Sunbright and Wartburg. You'll soon be getting in on this too. It's already raining in Wartburg, but you got the severe warning. The severe warned portion of the storm is moving your direction. Same for Oneida and Huntsville up here into Scott County. So again, don't want to ignore you either. So let's go back to this tornado warning again. We're going to continue with coverage on this here across northern Bledsoe County as this moves towards Melvine, towards Alloway, Ozone, and Rockwood. Again, remain in your tornado safe spot for now as, again, this circulation moves your way. Still a very tight rotation here appearing on radar. So, we want to take this seriously, again, as it moves your way. Again, as we could get a tornado spin up with this. We haven't had anything confirmed so far that I've seen, but we still want you to take this seriously as if something is on the ground right now with this storm. To all of you who've donated, I do appreciate it. Again, those methods are at the bottom of the screen. I just haven't had time to talk about that tonight, but we are 100% community supported by folks like you, by our great business partners. I know I've had several reach out to me over the last couple of days. Just had a very busy weekend, now a very busy start to the week. But starting tomorrow, I'll start getting back with all of you. Greatly appreciated again. Just in the last couple of weeks, I am now doing this full-time. Upper Cumberland weather is now what I do for a living. I don't have day job as far as working 5 days a week for another organization. I resigned from that position and now do Upper Cumberland weather full time, as it's now financially viable to do so. But I want to continue growing this operation, investing in new technologies, maybe get a computer hooked up to those monitors so they don't randomly turn off from YouTube as we go along, but other things too, eventually being able to hire a staff of meteorologists to work alongside me, those sorts of things. So it's all greatly appreciated. I know several of you have contributed tonight. And if you don't have the means, it's totally fine. Just sharing your stream, sharing it with your friends and family, also liking your post, reacting to your post, sharing your post, all those things mean a great deal to me. But again, we're continuing to watch this tornadic circulation here. Again, it's moving towards Burke and Oak Grove in southern Cumberland County. Alloway, Ozone, Rockwood, you're in the path of this as well, so remain in your tornado safe spot. I know we just had the one circulation move through. Let's take a look at this from Morristown. Not really seeing anything tight or concrete with this. I do think we might have damaging winds possible here. North of Rockwood, up into Harriman and Oakdale, south of Wartburg. Certainly a possibility with this. But as far as anything spinning, I'm not really seeing anything tight, so that might be some encouraging news there. But still a very strong storm regardless in Harriman, in Kingston. You need to be, again, in your tornado safe spot until that tornado warning is allowed to expire. There's also a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here. This one here for eastern Fentress, eastern Cumberland County, and now extending on into Scott and Morgan counties. That warning is in effect until... Let me get the time on that, until 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:15 Central, for the potential of damaging straight-line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour and half-dollar size hail approaching Sunbright, Deer Lodge, Wartburg, Elgin, Oneida, Winfield. Again, you all need to be, again, indoors away from windows. Not an imminent tornado threat heading your way, but again, you got a very strong storm line moving your direction as we speak right now. Look at this from the Nashville radar side. Again, heavy storm activity continuing across Cumberland County. Here near Bowman and Fairfield Glade. Again, you're still under that severe thunderstorm warning. Also, southern areas of Cumberland County, Crossville. Some heavy rain. Conditions should be improving, though, here pretty soon in Cumberland County. In Crossville. Let's take a look at the Crossville tower cam again. Still see a lot of lightning in Crossville right now. Again, as this storm continues to roll through. Y'all can hear Hurricane Hallie. I think my wife is going to kill me later. She's giving me that look. Now she's smiling. It's fun here. We get through these nights together. They're here for their safety, although we're at a point now where our severe threat where I'm at has ended, thankfully. But soon we'll be able to leave here as we hand off coverage to East Tennessee. We're just still covering these last couple of tornado warnings live on air. But again, there's your live view from Crossville right now. I should be back now. Y'all should be able to hear me. We had a glitch there, so my apologies, but we are still live though again. Still covering the same storm. Rotation not as tight as it once was here along the Cumberland-Bledsoe County line. but we will continue monitoring that again for as long as there's a tornado warning in effect. Again, tornado warning continues here for southern Cumberland County, northern Bledsoe County. Cumberland County, you're under this tornado warning for another 18 minutes, it looks like, until, until 8:45 p.m. Central Time. And then Bledsoe County, that would be 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Or I think y'all might be in Central Time too, actually. But your possible tornado, again, is moving towards Burke right now. And Jewett, Alloway, Grassy Cove. Again, still seeing signs of rotation here in this general area. And again, it's moving again towards Alloway, Grassy Cove, Westall, Rockwood with time, if this holds together. Again, it's a very persistent rotation. I believe this originated back in Bedford and Coffee counties back that way, maybe even west of there. This has been together for a very long time. But the supercell itself doesn't have the same structure as it once did. We don't have like a well-defined hook or anything with this, so it might be that this rotation is finally getting absorbed into the parent storm and just becoming just a mess of a cluster of a storm here. Still watching it though. We do have another tornado warning here, eastern Ray County on into Decatur, Tennessee. Real quickly, we'll touch on that. Looks like the rotation will be just out of our viewing area though, approaching Decatur. But just a heads up, if you're down that way, there is a possible tornado heading your direction. Let's see, we're looking at this from High Top, Alabama right now, that radar site. This rotation does look a little bit more menacing here near Bellevue. But again, you got to think, we're looking several thousand feet up at this. But still, if you're in Burke, Oak Grove, Alloway, Grassy Cove, again, just a heads up, this is moving your direction right now. Possible tornado, and again, it's moving towards Rockwood, Midway, those areas here into Roane County eventually, if this holds together on the same track. So we're eventually getting to the end of this. It's still a mess of storms on radar, pushing across our eastern areas now. But very soon we'll be able to give more all clears, hopefully, as we get these storms on out of here. Eventually this will be a problem for Knoxville and points east of there outside of our viewing area. But for now, we're still covering them as we do have active warnings. I believe we're still live on the radio right now. So again, we are... So it looks like we might have a glitch with our sponsors at the top right corner of the screen. Someone pointed this out to me. So if it's not showing everyone, we'll get that fixed for our next stream. But they are partners on our Upper Cumberland Weather channel. Greatly appreciative of them. But again, my apologies if we are having a glitch there. Seems to be an issue with the way we have that program. So again, just want to point that out again to all of our great business partners. And certainly if you want to partner with us, if you have a local business, please reach out. I know several of you already have. But again, just want to point that out again in case there is an issue there. Still seeing rotation here, now crossing back into far southern Cumberland County near Burke and Oak Grove. So I want you to remain sheltered here along 127 and points east of there towards Alloway, Grassy Cove, Renegade, Ozone, and Daysville, Westall. Again, active tornado warning still in effect for another 15 minutes. Again, radar indicated rotation and the potential for $half size hail here across southern Cumberland County. Farther north, the severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire, or either that was canceled early. I didn't catch which one, but so we have no active warnings here for Fentress or central or northern Cumberland County anymore. Just this one tornado warning here for southern Cumberland County extending into northern Bledsoe County for the circulation. It's now moving north into southern Cumberland County towards Grassy Cove and Alloway. This will be moving towards Westall and Rockwood with time. So again, you need to remain in your tornado safe spot if you're in those areas. Going back to reflectivity, we still have a line of storms extending from Sunbright on up into Oneida, Huntsville. So again, very intense storm up this way as well. $half size hail and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour are possible all across Scott County and central and eastern Morgan County. We did have a tornadic circulation on radar here near the northern portion of Roane County, but we're not really seeing it anymore on radar. Still seeing possibility of at least some broad rotational off, but I think we're transitioning more to just a damaging wind threat here near Harriman and points north. Still remaining in your tornado safe spot if you're in Oakdale, Harriman. But hopefully we'll get this warning cleared out here pretty soon. It's set to expire in about 15 more minutes. Or excuse me, 13 more minutes. Shifting back over to the Nashville radar site. Again, here, southern Cumberland County. Rotation not as apparent from the Nashville radar site. Can still kind of see it from the Huntsville, or excuse me, the High Top, Alabama radar site. But this image is a bit old, though. It's not the latest image from High Top. I don't know if something's going on with the radar there or what, but that is behind. Seems we are taking some power hits here at the studio. Power's still on, but we did have some clicking going on there, so something may have happened upstream with the power grid, but we're still live. Y'all should still be able to hear me. So let's look at some comments now. I think we can get to a point now where I can start focusing on those two. Sparta's in the clear. Crossville's in the clear. It's really just southeast of Crossville, so from Burke and Oak Grove up to Grassy Cove and Ozone that remain under this tornado warning, again, for another 12 minutes. So again, y'all need to remain in your tornado safe spot. Also here into northern and central Roane County, up in the far southern Morgan County, Oakdale, Harriman, Rockwood, Kingston, Cedar Grove, and Midway also need to be in your tornado safe spot as well, as we continue to monitor the circulation moving your direction. So we're not quite done yet, but we will soon be able to hopefully get some more all clears. The circulation is not nearly as tight as it once was. I'm going to see what the Weather Service office in Morristown is saying about it. As of right now, still doesn't seem that we've had any reports from this. So that Huntsville, that High Top, Alabama radar site is down right now. So that's why we weren't getting an updated image from that. That is now confirmed. Still haven't seen any reports from any of these circulations, at least not in the NWS chat. So that's good news. Hopefully we haven't had a tornado, but there have been a couple of times, though, like we might have had something on the ground. But again, we're still watching closely, though, as we continue along. Somebody asked about Tansy. You're still very close to this. I would still remain sheltered just for a bit longer, just to be on the safe side. But although this rotation is beginning to weaken considerably, this cluster's really just taking on more of a nasty storm look, not as much of a severe signal as far as tornadic potential goes. Let's look at the hail with this. Even the hail here, we might have some dime to nickel size hail here along 127 down to Melvine. And then again, also here across Rockwood, Harriman, Oakdale, maybe a little bit larger hail here in northern Morgan County, extending here into western Scott County. So we do have some hail still embedded with these storms. As far as damaging wind potential, again, approaching Oneida, Huntsville, moving through Sunbright, and approaching Wartburg. Again, damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour remain possible. Again, all the way from Oneida to Huntsville, Sunbright, Wartburg, down into Harriman and Kingston. So we're going to stay with this tornado warning a bit longer, still in effect for another 10 minutes unless the Weather Service office decides to cancel it early. So far, they haven't indicated that they're going to do that. But as of right now, this circulation is not as tight as it once was, again, as it approaches Alloway and Rockwood. So that is good news on that front, but it doesn't mean it can't tighten back up, though. So we want to stay with it for as long as there's an active tornado warning in effect. Now, once we get to a point where we clear Cumberland County out of this warning, we will sign off from radio coverage. Once we get into areas like Scott, Morgan, Roane counties, I know the signal may drown out a bit as we encounter stations across East Tennessee anyway. So there will no longer really be a need for us to be live on the radio, especially for the Upper Cumberland region specifically. But we will remain live for as long as we have these active tornado warnings here in effect. Anyway, just here's your current radar picture, though. And again, strong storms again extending across our southern and eastern areas right now. But as soon as we clear out these tornado warnings, that's probably the point where we'll sign off from coverage, just because we'll be to a good point where we can finally do that. But for right now, we're going to stay live with these storms for as long as we, again, have that active warning in effect. Still seeing weak signs of rotation approaching Alloway, about to cross Highway 68 here in southeastern Cumberland County near Ozone, or approaching Ozone. So we're still watching that closely. That is moving towards Rockwood and Harriman. So again, we want you to remain in your tornado safe spot, just due to having that warning still in effect right now, that tornado warning. Although the circulation is definitely not as tight as it once was. So hopefully not producing a tornado, but regardless, we still want to take it seriously just in case. We haven't had any reports from this, though, so that's also good news. But we have a train of just heavy rain and storm activity extending from Melvine on the Alloway, Crab Orchard up into Harriman, Kingston, Wartburg, extending all along the line up to near Huntsville and Oneida into Scott County, with active severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. And again, we continue with these tornado warnings for another 7 minutes for Bledsoe and Cumberland counties, as well as Morgan and Roane counties as well. I've seen no indication that either of these warnings are going to be extended farther east or in duration. I will certainly pass that information along if we hear anything else, but as of right now, this threat seems to be diminishing somewhat. Still see maybe a little bit of rotation here near Alloway, but nothing all that definitive. Again, the radar's kind of messy because the radar beam's so far away, located in Nashville. So again, we're just going to stay with this a bit longer until, again, we allow that tornado warning is allowed to expire, again, for southeastern Cumberland County. I think Bledsoe County, you're probably okay at this point. You're still technically in this warning, but I think at this point that threat is shifting again out of Bledsoe County on up into Cumberland County, what's left of it, and even at this point I think it's weakening considerably, which is good news all around. Let's go back to our reflectivity again. Still intense storms along this line, on up in Huntsville, Oneida, down into Wartburg, Harriman, Kingston, and then of course extending down into Cumberland County. We still have heavier storm activity here across southern White County, on into northern and central Van Buren County, back into northeastern Warren County. Again, nothing severe with this, just heavier storms, a little bit of lightning. Not really worried about severe weather back this way. I think we can pretty definitively give an all clear to areas like McMinnville, Sparta, maybe even Spencer at this point. I feel pretty good about y'all. Definitely north and west of there, though, from Burgestown down to Jamestown, Crossville, back into Cookville, Carthage, Gainsboro. All of these areas have the all clear at this point, and that's for the rest of the 9. Your main line is now located over here in Scott and Morgan counties, extending southward back into White County, Cumberland County, but even this area here between Sparta and Spencer back towards Cumberland County, at least as far as White County and Van Buren County are concerned, I don't think we have much to worry about there. It's really, again, that line you have from Oneida down to Wartburg, extending down to the Crab Orchard and Melvine. Again, that's the area of interest right now as far as any threat of damaging straight line winds goes, and potential for hail as well. Getting a little bit of an interesting feature here near Huntsville and Scott County. Storm could be trying to wrap up just a little bit. Doesn't mean anything will happen here, but it could be a pretty intense storm moving through Huntsville right now here in central Scott County. That being said, these tornado warnings are set to expire in about 4 minutes. And at this time, I don't think the Weather Service will be extending them. I could be wrong about that, though. We'll keep looking at the velocity view. Still see a little bit of rotation here near Alloway, but I don't know that we'll see a continuation of that tornado warning. It's just not tight enough, I don't think, to justify it. Weather Service is saying it's broad rotation. No, they're not going to continue it. And they also have removed pretty much every county from our viewing area from the tornado watch except for Pickett, Fentress, and Cumberland counties. But y'all will likely be removed with the next update. So even more good news there. I want to let them know that they can take us off the radio, but I'm going to, we'll do a countdown to that or something. So I want to make that known. All right. So I've passed that message along. So if you're listening to us on 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM, I greatly appreciate you tuning into our coverage tonight. Again, I am Anthony Taylor live in the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, but at this time, we are at a point now we can be taken off our radio simulcast as the storms are moving out of the Upper Cumberland area, at least as far as our immediate viewing area goes, and certainly out of radio coverage as well. So if you're listening on the radio, you'll go back to music here momentarily whenever they make the switch here. But this tornado warning for southern Cumberland County, again, is being allowed to expire. We do continue with warnings, though, here just east. Weather Service office in Morristown has not indicated if they're going to extend their tornado warnings. I'm not sure if they will, but it looks like we're about to get to a point where we have no active tornado warnings, and the severe weather threat itself is shifting east of both our immediate and our extended viewing areas, which is great news. So I may, much also to the joy of my wife, be able to sign off from coverage here in the next few minutes, unless something random happens to pop up in the meantime. So we're getting to a really good spot here. Severe threat is, again, winding down. Again, we still have about 1 more minute left on this tornado warning, but again, I think all these areas will soon be allowed to expire, and that'll be good news across the board. We are no longer on the radio, so you know what? I'm going to take a drink of water now to celebrate that. As the first sip of water I've had in 3 hours. I just didn't want that going across on the radio. Y'all understand if you're watching me. If you're listening, though, you might be like, what the heck is he doing? So, but we're at a good point now. We're coming up on 8:45 p.m. It is now 8:45, and these tornado warnings are expiring. There they go. They had just disappeared off your screen. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for eastern Scott County, eastern Morgan County. That continues for a little bit longer, but there your severe threat will soon be shifting east of you as well. But farther south, we still have a few storms here across Sparta, over into southern Cumberland County, Van Buren County. Nothing severe with this, though. And again, a whole host of counties, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, have been removed from the tornado watch. We have a couple of active flash flood warnings, so be mindful of those. But otherwise, our severe threat is pretty much coming to an end. So we're at a good point now. We're going to sign off from coverage. For all those who have contributed, donated, whatever, I greatly appreciate you. If you're a local business and have reached out to me, give me a day or two to get back with you. We'll work through those over the next couple of days and hopefully add more business to existing sponsors. If you're not appearing on screen there, we'll get that fixed too. I think there might be a glitch that's preventing all of our business partners from popping up there, so we'll get that fixed as well. Thanks to Mark for pointing that out to me. But otherwise, I think we're at a good point now. We can sign off from our extended long-form severe weather coverage. So if you're watching on YouTube or on the Roku, the Hub Plus Roku app will go back to regular programming. That's our Upper Cumberland Weather Channel. If you're watching on Facebook and X, we'll end the stream. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. No severe weather worries the rest of the night. We're at a good spot now where we can finally rest, relax, and again, no weather worries overnight or tomorrow for our Wednesday. The sun may come back out tomorrow, and we'll have a pretty nice day with highs in the 70s. So again, not too shabby for the weather to come. Just got to get these last remaining storms off the plateau, and that'll be it. So that being said, I'm going to sign off here. Y'all stay safe, and God bless.